But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Last Minute Podcast. On our guy Zebo G.
Yep.
And on our left, we got a very special guest.
What's good, Isaiah? I love you, Isaiah M. Man.
Yes, sir. And we back, episode 222, the most consistent podcast in the Carolinas. And we still need a new mixer.
Cash out. Cash out right here.
Still taking donations.
It's still the holiday
Y'all
season.
ain't shit.
Right. It's the holiday season. It's all about giving and showing love.
Yeah, we should just go ahead and buy that shit, bro. They not sending it.
I still got faith that we'll get at least one true donation.
Well, we got one.
Well, we'll get one more true donation.
Okay.
And we gotta just put the vibe out there, bro.
Yeah. Right. I got faith. I do have faith.
somebody in Russia tuned in like, yo, let me drop a little bit.
Right. Yeah. We
Somebody send us a Bitcoin. We up.
Oh, yeah. No, that would be crazy. That would be
You
crazy.
send us a whole Bitcoin. We up. Fuck the pie.
No, for real. Shout out sponsors Mama C, the food truck, inline based in Will Bar. Get your tacos, get your drinks. How we feeling this? How was Christmas?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Man, it's
How's
good. I love being like home, like North Carolina. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't live out here anymore, but just being home is like grounding. You know, like you be in other places and it almost don't feel like Christmas. Like you know, especially but like just being in North Carolina. You know, just even like a gray and gloomy day. Like I love them days out here. It's just a different vibe.
Nah, you gotta appreciate them type of days too. Yeah, today I can rock with this vibe.
So all your family still in this area?
Yeah, so
okay, I got you.
Yeah, I grew up out here. Like I wasn't born out here, but this is where I like. You know, this Charlotte made me type shit.
Right,
You know?
gotcha.
Right. But yeah. Good Christmas. We got New Year's coming up. Anybody got New Year's plans? Y'all just going with the vibe.
I don't know.
You know,
Find out what you doing. Let me know.
Zebo be in the mix.
Let me know. Let me know something.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Yeah, Zero's gonna be out there riding his bikes on New Year's Eve. I'm out, dog.
I'm gonna see what's going on. But definitely a good holiday season. It's the end of the year. Finish strong, et cetera. And but we got my boy Isaiah here. We're gonna go into a full in-depth interview. But first, we're gonna go over what we listened to this past week. Tanner, I'm gonna start with you.
All right, bet. So I've been listening to a lot of Bodie James, Criminally Attached. That's the latest one he dropped in November. That shit is tough.
Yeah, it is.
Did run Kirk Franklin, Fetty P, and the Baby shit.
Word.
Is hard. That shit dope for Charlotte too.
Not for sure.
Yeah.
Everything in My Soul. That's Reason's newest project. Been listening to that. Chase the Dragon. Los, still don't know how to say brother name. Los Commit, I guess. He hard though. Still listen to Marco Plus Deluxe.
Shit hard. Yeah.
Marco shit tough. You Can't Kill God with Bullets, Conway.
That shit tough.
Still listening If It Wasn't For Me, AG Kato. Shout out Kato. I did go back and listen to The Leaks by Lil Baby again. Yeah. Still got the same opinion. Still got the same opinion.
Yeah. I need to go back and listen to that.
Still listening to The Pilot, Mavi. Still listening to Folks, Leon Thomas. So not a lot of new music. Same shit in the same rotation other than that Fetty P and the Baby.
Right.
So.
Okay. Solid week. I'll go next. This week I went back and I listened to some Yeet. I went back to the Afterlife album 2023. That one was tough. I listened to some Made in Paris, Pierre Bourne.
Classic.
Yeah, rocking with that. I ran some Cam Jet Speed, Club Jet. Went back and listened to that.
Shout out Cam.
Yeah, make sure you go watch his interview with us.
1,500 boys.
For sure.
We need to get Cam back on the pod.
Yeah.
That was a good
Cam
episode.
dope, for sure. I ran You Can't Kill God with Bullets, Conway the Machine. That's a tough project.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real...
that project hard.
Yeah.
He rapping his ass off.
Nah, definitely. I ran some Fetty P. Franklin and the Baby, Kirk Franklin. Great EP. And good for just the city of Charlotte. Yeah. I ran some Whole Lot of Red.
Shout out to Pro. Shout out to Prolific.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Prolific for sure.
3 producer
I
credits
think it is
on there?
3. Yeah, shout out to Prolific.
Shout out Pro.
Run his interview as well. But yeah, I was hoping for my deluxe Whole Lot of Red 5-year anniversary, but we didn't get it yet.
Bro, y'all not getting that shit. They talking about 40 songs.
We
bro.
didn't get it yet.
Bro, Playboy Cardi fans are
The moment
starving.
you see a track list on Twitter, just know that shit's not good.
It's over. It's over. I still got a little bit of faith.
When you gonna get it now? If he ain't dropping on Christmas, when you gonna do it? New Year's? Bro, that shit is not coming.
No, definitely not dropping on New Year. I don't know. TBD.
That shit ain't coming.
I'm gonna have to talk to his team. Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2. I didn't know he was doing a tour.
I ain't either.
I ain't know that. I want to go, but I don't know if I want to go strictly to
Do you
New
wanna
York
see-
for that.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
in New
he's
York?
not really coming down south except like Miami, but
Oh, word.
I'm like, do I want to go that bad?
Nah, I don't.
You know?
Nah.
I don't want to go that bad.
If you gonna go to New York for a show, it's got to be something.
yeah.
Like if Rocky when Rocky dropped, don't be dumb. If you trying to hit the,
Yeah,
you can
if
hit the
it's-
New York stop there.
If it's if it's worth it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's really all for me. I went back and listened to Nas and DJ Premier. It's cool. It's not Nas and Big Boy though.
Hit Boy.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hit
No.
Boy. It's not Nas and Hit Boy.
No, it's definitely not.
No, it's not at all. That's really it for me. I ran the babies. Paper Low and Out Your Business Again. The 2 new singles.
That song's hard. I hope his album sound like that.
I do too. That's really about it for me this week.
Solid week.
And then Isaiah.
Man, I've been on shout out Cash Cobain. They dropped a little Mary Slizmas tape. I like the vibe. He got his like compilation going. Like he put it on like his homies in New York.
No,
and
okay.
stuff.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
the
hard.
vibe. I had like a chill little pocket too. And it's like I like them little surprise projects where it's not like overly promoted either. So you
Yeah.
just know like you just getting music out in the mix.
Right.
I've been on Diamond and Teases. He got this project No Idols. It dropped like a while back, but they coming up in Atlanta right now. They got a crazy sound.
Diamond and Teasers.
Yeah. Y'all not hip to him yet?
Nah.
I'm put y'all down.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
they definitely got the wave right now when it comes to that like new Atlanta sound.
Okay, word.
That FDO, Pooh Shiesty. I've been
Shit,
playing
oh,
that's
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
that
Like
shit shout out
I can't even think the last time I played a song that's like over 3 minutes long like that.
No,
many
for real.
times.
That's
Yeah.
like a 5-minute
Keep going,
record.
like,
Bro, I be
just-
listening to
He
the
was
whole
going
shit
Just
too.
straight going.
And the video's tough too.
Tough,
Bro, say
bro.
get your favorite bullet on your face.
Yeah. Boy was
on,
definitely
bro.
talking.
Like just talking, bro. Like,
Yeah.
but actually saying shit too. I think
Nah, he
that's
was.
like that's the fire part about it because it showed like bro been gone for a little minute, but if you come back and you really saying something, like
Yeah.
people gonna receive
People
it.
gonna
like,
receive it.
That song was damn near going with it was over Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy. to compete
Yeah,
with, you
that's
know?
a crazy stat.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
wild. That's wild. That shit did like it had like 10 million or like 2 million views in like 19 hours or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Like, his shit was
yeah.
going up.
Shout out Pooh. That's what's up.
Shout out Shiesty. That's how you come home.
That is how you
Exactly.
come
Yeah.
on. Him and Rio.
Yep.
Yeah, Rio had a crazy
And
first day
Lucci.
out too.
Oh yeah, and Lucci.
Yeah,
And Lucci.
Lucci had a run when he came.
Yeah,
out.
he did.
The acronym, shout out them Opium Boys. That's Ken and Lonely.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it's crazy. I went back to the leaks too. Like, I got this thing about Lil Baby to where like it's like he's a great artist, but it's almost like it happened so quickly. It's easy to like write him off because
Yeah.
like his run coming up. It's not like he was dropping hella tapes and then he
Right,
finally
right.
got it. Like his first freestyle was like the biggest shit ever.
Yeah,
And
for
everybody's
real.
like,
It's
now
still
he's
his biggest
next.
song.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely.
Yeah.
But going to the leaks, I'm fucking with it because he working with different artists on there. Got like
Yeah.
some different pockets, but yeah.
I think my problem with the baby or with Lil Baby is he's not. I don't feel like he's progressing.
It's just kind of
Like
always been.
yeah, like I don't feel like
stagnant.
he's getting any better. I feel like it's kind of
You
like
found your pocket and I'm gonna
like
stay here.
yeah, what he was doing was hard, and he just keep doing that over and over,
Yeah.
and it's like you got to grow at some
No,
point.
I feel that though.
Yeah.
I think it's big like on the production side too. I think like a lot of artists get really comfortable with like a certain sound. It's
Yeah.
like,
Definitely
okay,
do.
this my sound. I could knock out 20 songs and the
Right.
fans gonna fuck with it and it's selling. So it's like you get comfortable, and that's
Yeah.
why when I was listening to the leaks, I'm okay. He rapping, got some songs with Lucky on there, and even
Yeah.
a song with him and Thug, like. Just the production and flow is like different to see where I see like okay he trying to do something different to where I'm like I'm interested to see what's like gonna be next from it. you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, the leaks. Oh, Trim. Y'all know about Trim? She this girl from South Carolina. She going crazy. She got this song.
TRIM.
Yeah, her name just Trim. He got this song Bugatti, Boat, and Taxi. But it's on some like I hate to even compare because like that's like the worst thing you could do when an artist is like new, but like she like that. She got that like old Nicki flow, but it's like
Okay.
turned though. Like yeah,
Okay.
she dope, and she from the Carolinas. So anytime I see somebody down south doing their thing,
Oh,
it's
okay. I see.
something.
I see. She like young.
Yeah,
type?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That regular Lil Uzi. I've been fucking with all the Uzi drops. Like Lil Uzi probably my favorite rapper. No lie.
For
Like,
real?
when anybody say like Uzi the one, bro.
What? That's not my boy Shell. Are you Shell? He
Oh,
says the
word?
same thing. Like
Bro.
huge Uzi fan.
Uzi like, cause I feel like Uzi like he really like built the mold of like what a rapper looks like, and within the last like
Like in
10
today's
years now.
time.
Yeah, in today's time.
Definitely,
Like
for sure.
Thug was prior to that. Then you had Wayne. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like Uzi is that. I mean, I feel like he's so like he disappears so much to where you forget about him in a mix, but then when he popped back out, and then even like the whole situation he got with like building his own label now, I think it's gonna be like some fire shit to see. I think it's gonna bring like I think 2026 is gonna have that like 2016 energy. And I hate to say it like that, like 2016, but it's something about just like the art that was coming out then, the music that was coming out then. It was just like a different vibe.
That was definitely a different vibe.
I've been fucking with Uzi heavy. BK the Ruler. This shit came out in 2020. She got this acoustic EP where she redid this song Tweaking Together in Summer. Yeah, but it's like acoustic version of guitar.
Yeah, BK hard.
BK tough.
Yeah, like just seeing that range. I think it's fire when like they'll drop like an alternate version of the project and like drop an instrumental project.
Or like a live version.
Yeah. So that's what I've been on, bro.
Word. Okay, word.
Yeah, solid week.
Yeah, definitely solid week. I'm gonna definitely listen to Trim.
Yeah, I'll definitely tap into Trim.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely will. But yes, great week for music. I don't know if anyone top of my head that's dropping this week. I mean, I know 2026. Let me just ask you right quick, Isaiah. What artists are you looking forward to drop? Like just an album for next year?
That's a good question.
Cause I mean, you know, like Rocky, he got January, and then of course Drake going to drop. You got hopefully maybe Cole. You got to you know.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, we were just talking about Uzi. I would say I'm interested to see what Uzi's gonna do this year. Just looking at how like crazy of a year Cardi had.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see like what Uzi's gonna do this year.
Right.
So yeah, I would say that's an album I'm looking forward to. I'm trying to think who else. V's. I'm hoping V's drop something.
Yeah, we need a V's.
Yeah, we do.
What he's on.
Yeah. V's hard.
Yeah, I'd probably say like those two top of mind.
Okay,
what about y'all?
I want a Griselda project.
I do too.
I want Benny West and Conway to pull that together. Whether that's gonna happen or not, I don't know. But a Griselda project would be fine.
That would be great. I'm looking forward to Rocky. You know what I mean? It's been since 2017 since testing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like, and then just the singles that he's been dropping hasn't really been received the best. So it's like, what type of mode are we going into this? Like, is it back against the wall, or is it like, you know, are we going back to the roots, or what?
I feel like Rocky one of them artists to where like he just packaged his shit so creatively to where like the music is like just the add on to it. Like I feel like he's gonna come with like the crazy visuals, the crazy merch. He'll probably do like a little tour, like show run. Right. So I'm curious to see like what that world looks like for Don't Be Dumb, because that Tim Burton collab, like that shit next level. Like
that's crazy.
He worked with no rappers before.
No,
so
for sure.
I know they're gonna have to do something in the film space too, just working with somebody like that. Like, definitely.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried the visuals and all the creative aspects behind it is gonna outshine the music.
Because I saw it's supposed to be, I think it said 15 or 17 tracks or so.
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
You know, I'm going in no expectations.
Right.
I don't want to think, Rocky. I don't want to think it's gonna sound like the new. You know, just let's listen to the music and just see what happens.
I don't know if I'm excited for Iceman, but I'm curious.
I'm curious too, because how do you come back album wise from?
Yeah, like what does it sound like?
Like what does that sound like? You know?
Yeah.
And then just the tracks that he's dropped since then is, you know, kind of.
Yeah, What Did I Miss was hard, but the other ones.
What I Miss was hard. But the one with Central C, very average. He has a joint with Yeet.
Average.
You know, it's just like, there's not like, oh shit, this is like crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what does Drake sound like in 2026?
I think it's going to be interesting. I feel like, I think Drake gonna have to be just more experimental than he's been. I think he's shown like a lot of range. Like we know like the Drake song we could get. We know the people that he could potentially work with. So I feel like if I could put together Iceman, if I was putting that project together with him, I would say like a more like focused version of For All the Dogs. Like I feel like For All the Dogs, he was like tapping in with everybody, doing a song with Yee, Sexy Red, but like a more like focused version of that. Because I feel like Drake puts together good albums. I think the last couple albums just kind of felt like compilations because there's so much music on there, so many features. It's like, all right, what am I? And they're not
like very cohesive. Like it doesn't feel like an album.
Yeah. It's more like a playlist.
We got a bunch of songs. Let's put it together somehow.
And not to discredit Drake. You know, the boys put that work in too.
For sure.
But, you know, from the fan perspective, like I think that's what people want.
Right.
I just want him to get back. He just need to go sit down with 40 and they need to put an album together.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. Let's go back to the roots.
Yeah, let's go back to how we got here.
Yeah. There we go. I think that's a great space to be in.
Yeah.
Bro, I was listening to Take Care, and I was just like, bro, like, I get it. Like, you know, like, you listen to music over time, and it's like, all right, these is good songs. Like, you heard them in middle school and high school, but then you play it, you're like, oh, nah, like, I get, like, what you're saying. Like, I see where you're coming from.
Especially we're so
And it hit
young. Now it's
different.
kind of like we're, like, their age,
Right,
you know?
right.
Dang, like,
Right.
y'all was really, like, I'm going through the same shit right now. I'm going through the same experiences. But, yeah, Take Care is I'll run that album maybe like once a month just in full. I'm like, damn.
It's sonically, it's crazy. The transitions in there. It's crazy to think like that's like music almost sounded more futuristic then than it does now.
Oh,
because that was what 2011.
2011.
Like that's crazy.
So ahead of his time.
You can listen to that now. You could almost release that now and like it would still do what it needed to do even back then.
Right.
And then just one side note before we dive into the interview, I saw Marty Supreme 2 or 3 days ago, whatever. Great film.
Okay.
Great.
All right, I might tap in.
It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Whew. Yeah, it's long, but great.
Okay.
Great film.
And it's got
I mean, of course, Tyler's in it. What's the
Timothy
main?
Chalamet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
I gotta check it.
Yeah.
It's about ping pong, right?
Yeah.
They marketed the fuck out of it.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
They marketed the fuck out of it.
Whoever was over the marketing department
Killed it.
Need a raise. Like, they killed that.
Bro had the chrome ping pong bat.
Bro, they killed that. And just even with the jacket, just passing around to all the celebrities, like, whew, the marketing was crazy, but great film.
Okay.
Like, the only downside is, like, I do think the ending could have been a little bit better, but, like, overall, I mean, I didn't even touch my phone once. Wow. Like,
it's like loosely based on a true story, right?
Yeah.
I gotta go see that.
Definitely go see that. Like, if you're just a fan of film, like, and then just y'all seen Uncut Gems?
Yeah, the Safdie brothers.
Right. Yeah, it's
like that.
It takes a page out of that.
Okay, fire.
Just ping pong 1950 base.
Does it make you anxious like Uncut Gems did? That's what Uncut Gems did so good. That shit made you anxious. Like,
you was definitely like you was rooting for the main character, like true underdog.
Like you want to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah,
it's
like
one of those,
damn, how do we? You know, we're so back now. How do we get back forward? How do we?
Yeah, but the
one
pace,
step forward, 5 steps back type of deal.
Like the way Uncut Gems was shot was what made it such a dope movie. Because I
went back and watched that the other night, and I was like, damn, this is a good fucking film.
Yeah.
This is a good film. Yeah. But Marty Supreme, like
one of the ones.
Yeah, go see that.
I got to tune in.
Yes,
sure.
take the time to go see that.
Bet.
Go see that. In. Shot beautifully, like ugh.
They shoot on. They did on film.
Yeah, beautifully.
Yeah,
A24 did it.
Yeah, that
like we good. Yeah, go see that. But anyway, Isaiah,
what's the word?
My dog. I've been following you. For a minute. It was really I know we kind of got connected like maybe the 2016, 17, whenever Charlotte Underground was really really booming, you know, with 10. We got Jay Storm, you had a lot of other artists, and I know you was even rapping a lot back then. And you was still heavy with the visuals, you was heavy with Be Your Own Person in a lot. And I think we just kind of met throughout that type of space, but we'll take it all the way back. Just growing up, I know you were saying you grew up here in Charlotte. Like what type of kid were you? What type of, you know, what space, what environment were you kind of raised in?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in North Charlotte, so like, you know, it was a chill like upbringing for real, like real diverse. I got homies all different types of backgrounds, and like a lot of my homies was into sports, but like I like was interested in sports, but I didn't necessarily like want to play and like go to the league or nothing like that.
Right.
I was always more
crazy.
so into like the internet. Like I was always watching shit like on Tumblr, YouTube, the early blog era, Hot New Hip Hop, World Star. Like I was just like
the internet kid.
Yeah, like submerged in it. So just seeing a lot of like cool shit that was going on in other cities. You know, always into music too. Like, you know, people was playing music. Like my mom always kept music on. So that kind of like got me into it in the beginning. I was like wanting to DJ at first, so I had like this little turntable set up, and on the turntable you could like set the mixer and shit to where like it'll loop the song. So I was looping the songs, like I was really into EDM, so I would loop the songs and it would sound like crazy to the point where you're not even hearing the song, And I played this shit for my mom, and she was like, do you want to like play other people's music, or do you want to make your own? And when she said that, it kind of turned this light on in my head, and I found out about FL Studio, and I started making beats and shit. And I mean, that really like kind of kicked everything off, because that was like my obsession. Like I was like getting whatever I had to do with school done, and I'm like going to the crib like on FL, like started off making like house beats. Like I wasn't even like the first rap album I listened to was Goblin by Tyler the Creator. And then like that opened. That
crazy
was, like,
first album.
Crazy first album.
Yeah.
But like I knew rap songs, like the stuff that was coming on the radio. But my first time, like I would say the first time me like discovering an artist that I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm invested. Like I'm like listening. I'm like, what the fuck is it? He talking mad crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm just like,
and great person to dive into that space. Yeah. Like that's a great person to start with.
Yeah. So like that whole, then you hear Goblin and I go back and I dive into the whole Odd Future era. Then I mean, obviously come across Ye from there. Already knowing about obviously the songs on the radio, but you know, like when you finally start listening to music
like
on
a
your
fan,
own,
you become a fan and do that deep dive.
Yeah. So I would say like Tyler and Ye. And I was big on like Daft Punk and Deadmau5, so that's like kind of the range of like.
That was a great artist to like to begin the music road with.
Yeah, so that like that really molded me. Like music, bro. Like I feel like that was like the biggest part of like my identity. Like I'm going to Hot Topic, getting the graphic tees with the shit I'm listening to. Like you know, then you up watching music videos. I'm seeing the clothes and stuff they're wearing. I'm
stealing
like,
everybody music.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, YouTube the MP3. Like you know, like yeah, bro. And that really like kicked it off, bro. I just always feel like I've been like submerged in like music and art. Like that was always like the root. Like I look at it like, you know, some people like fall in love with the library and just want to read everything. Like internet's the same thing, you know, music's the same thing. It's just like we got it in a different form. So that really like, I would say like kicked off everything as far as like me making music and being a creative with just like seeing the possibilities of just like, you know, the city that we come from, like, you know, it's a pretty traditional like city. You know, you get your banking job, or you know, you get your trade job, and you know, it wasn't really a big creative scene, but just what I was seeing on the internet and just seeing what was going on in Atlanta. Like I was watching a lot of those like Vice used to do, or it was Noisy would do like Atlanta, Chicago, and they would like capture the whole like rap scene. So I was seeing like the stuff in Chicago, became like a crazy Chief Keef fan. So I'm like looking at what's going on out there, just seeing how the internet is literally like changing people's lives like that, you know? And then
definitely.
It was so different at that time because it wasn't like now where like today like shit's low key like overly curated, you know? Like then like people just throwing shit up like, oh,
it was just random shit, like
kicks of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? So you're just literally seeing like, oh, what sneakers are those? You're like, oh, this is a hard fit. You're not even thinking like, oh, this is the person, but then that person would be known for like, oh, this person got all the fly kicks. Oh, this person is the fit pick person. So then I'm seeing the different cultures build, and I'm like, oh, I could do this too. Like I like clothes. I could put my fits together. I could do it my own way. And
well, we watched like if like people around our age, we watched influencing become a thing. Like we watched like when we were kids, there was no such thing as a social media influencer.
Like that's not a thing.
Like we watched that happen.
I think I just feel like, and then us just growing up. Really, I tell even my god sister, she's 17 right now, and I was like, we got to really experience like almost a golden age of just that transition from like just think like video games back then, right? Movies, music, the internet, to now, like that's just two totally different worlds. And then TV was important. I mean, you had BET, you had MTV, all that. Like you really had to put like a groundwork to get, especially if you're trying to become up and come in music. You had to really like do work, like just foot to foot, you know, marketing. You know, you trying to get on BET, you trying to get on MTV.
It was like real street teams.
Yeah, like internet and just discovering an artist. It wasn't just as simple as going there Instagram. You could find everything. Like, you know, they were going on. They were doing these interviews. They were doing freestyles. They're doing. It was just different trying to.
You had
learn
to be
an artist.
Yeah, you had to be outside.
Yeah, you really had to be outside. Where now, I mean, there's AI music now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just two different worlds.
Crazy.
But yeah, the internet. I was an internet kid too. It's just that was just a different time, bro. Like
different era.
It just seemed like it was a whole nother world that you could really.
The blog era is like the greatest thing ever happened.
They gotta drop a documentary at some point. I can't wait for Netflix to cook that one up.
Yeah, they
you know
need to. Like, bro, like we talking 2011 here. I mean, you had Rocky. That was Kid Cudi, Keith, Ye, Wayne, like YMCMB, good music. Like and all this, like the blogs ran everything.
Yeah.
Like the way we got to learn about these artists, the way they would promote these artists is through the blog. Like you had to go through them.
Yeah, there was a point where it's like if your shit showed up on Hot New Hip Hop or your shit showed up on World Star,
right? Yeah,
like you about to start.
Yeah,
making,
you about to
go.
Yeah, like you about to be something,
bro. I remember watching Dat Piff countdown pages for
Meek
Mill, Dream Chaser,
right?
Shit. I think that was the coolest shit ever. I'm like, yo, how they fucking changed the whole the whole website,
the whole site.
It was
like
for
one drop,
different era, bro.
Like that's just crazy, bro. Damn, I mean that was just such a good time just to like. I'm glad I got to be raised during that. You know, like
that was definitely a good time to be like a teenager.
We call it the transitional era. We get to see the whole like spectrum of it, which is fire.
From the 90s to now, like just that gap, it was just like the internet has become such a crazy thing now. Just the way we receive things. I mean, you know, we can go as far as we want to, but yeah, I'm glad that we got to experience all that. Like I really got to see kind of the old school, and now we're here in the new school. I would hate to be a teenager like right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think you get to get that internet sensation that we got to see. But so so making beats, internet kid, et cetera. So were you in like band or anything or?
So look, I was in band and like I really wanted to play the drums. So like the way it was in middle school. And the way she did it was like real weird. It wasn't like, oh, we just got to pick our instrument. She did like a test for like each of the different sections of the band. I put drums on my shit. She assigned me to a flute. Like, you don't want to carry around no flute. Yeah. Like, you know, you in the band. Like,
everybody want to be on the drums.
Like, at least the flute. Like, I would at least take the trumpet or something.
Yeah. The flute is great.
The flute,
bro.
That's so disrespectful.
Bro, I told mom, I was like, yeah, I'm going to just switch this. I don't want this as an elective because I'm not about to play no flute, bro. And, you know, at that time, like, back then, you was in the band, you had the trumpet, you like, oh, yeah, I'll play the drums. Right. Like, that was like, you know, that was
you play
cool
the drums,
shit.
like, you're like the quarterback.
You get what I'm saying?
I play the drums, I play the flute.
So cool. The flute is crazy.
The flute is crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'm first flute. You're gonna listen to my solo here, like
first flute.
No, like what are you doing with that? Respect to the flute player.
No, respect to the flute.
I'm sure some very talented. What do you call it? What's the word for a flute player? It's probably a specific term.
Flutist.
Shout out to the flutist.
Shout out to the flutist.
But just know, if you in the band right now and you play the flute, they is not fucking with you.
No, they are fake fucking with you. They are fake fucking with you. But no, that's a valid reason to not want to be in band. I wouldn't want to either.
But
then I discovered FL Studio, so it kind of like that was like my band. That was like my extracurricular,
right?
You know, like
right.
So what? I guess like what grade did you get into FL Studio?
So that was like 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
So like middle school type shit.
Right. Okay, word.
So how long did that? I guess at what point? Like, did you ever get to the point of making? So you started making your own music too, right?
Yeah.
So at what point did you start recording yourself?
Yeah, it's like high school.
So yeah, that was probably like I recorded my first song. It was 8th grade summer. I was like, I was making beats, and so I would play my beats for like my homies and stuff, and they're like, yeah, this should sound like some house shit. So it took me a while to learn how to make like trap beats and hip hop beats. So that kind of that was like my first transition. I was really into EDM, but I was like, okay, like I want to make like rap beats because I had homies like, you know, rapping was fun. It wasn't like, oh, we wanted to be artists. It's just like, okay, I'm making beats, but the beats I'm playing, like nobody could do anything with because it just sounds
like house beats.
Yeah, a vibe. So that's when I started making like rap beats, and I was just making beats for my homies. That was like, you know, kind of around the time the Chief Keef era. I was watching like those old, even before then, like the Lex Luger like cook up videos.
Right.
So that's how some of the first beats was sounding. And like from there, like, you know, it's like you giving beats to people, like people rapping on them, and it wasn't like it wasn't nothing too crazy about it. But I'm still like kind of in like a producer mindset, I would say. But I did my first like freestyle rapped over the Pesos beat. Like I love that song. When I first heard that shit, and I was like, that was like my first time hearing myself. And from there, just kind of evolved. Like, you know, I started rapping on my own beats and kind of like cultivating this sound. I was really big on like Travis Scott, like Al Faro. That's like one of my favorite projects. Like that was like his first tape, and just even the sound of that really. I feel like just that Travis Scott era doesn't get a lot of credit too, because I feel like that kind of molded me into like, okay, like I'm seeing like the Ben Trill collab, and
Yeah.
seeing Virgil, not knowing who exactly Virgil is, but
Yeah, like
seeing
getting you to the fashion side.
Yeah.
Right.
So that all kind of
Open up a lot of doors.
open up my mind more. But yeah, I would say I started making music like throughout high school and just kind of polishing the sound. But it was really just like experimental, like art. You know, like I'm putting together projects. I obviously had like a bigger vision, but I never what was the word? Like I never had like exact expectation of like what I wanted from it. I just knew I wanted to create at the level that I saw the other artists I was looking up to. Just from the internet culture, you know, you seeing people, you put out a project. Okay, I'm gonna put this project out. I want to put it on DatPiff. I want to put it on SoundCloud. I want to try to email the bloggers. So, you know, just figuring out in that space of it. So that was really like the beginning of it. And then from there, I was like, you know, starting to see like the upcoming like Charlotte scene. So I would go to the studio. It was called like, what was that shit called? It was done in the music by the Fillmore. I don't even know if that space is there anymore. I think they turned it to the underground. But yeah, so like from there I'm starting to see like it's kind of like the scene bubbling. There was like some underground shows going on. And I ended up one of like my first rappers I produced for, you know, Jesus, John Doe, R.I.P. So he was like one of the first like rappers in Charlotte that was like showing me love, like heavy on Twitter, like, oh, Isaiahiloveu, artist, producer, shouting me out. And that kind of just got me like in the mix of like the underground rap scene. Cause I was like knowing people, but like I was like a little bit, like we was like a little bit younger at that time than what the scene like was. And then it kind of, you know, then once we all got together and everybody in the same mix. But shout out John Doe, like he really like got me in the mix of like, oh shit, okay, I'm seeing the rap scene. Like I'm starting to pull up to the shows, like, you know, other people asking for beats. And that, like once I was there, then I was like, okay, like I think I could see this being like something real. So yeah, just kind of like, you know, was producing for him, was still doing my own stuff. And I would say like probably, was it senior year? So senior year of high school, I was like, you know, I had to go to school. Like I had to go to college. That was a big thing that like, you know, my family wanted me to do. And, you know, I was one of those people too to where it's not that I like was against it. I just know I had to do something that I really cared about. Cause like I could have went to school for like communications.
Yeah, when I got
random,
some bullshit degree.
And then I would have like probably not even finished because my heart wouldn't have been in it. Right. So my thing was like, okay.
Now you're in debt and everything.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me go to school in Atlanta. Like I'm watching the Noisy Vice stuff at that time. So I'm seeing the scene out there. And then it's like 2016 Atlanta is crazy because you're seeing like Yachty go up, the Cardis. You just seeing all the big rappers now. Like you're seeing them like and everybody's going to Atlanta. So I'm like, bet. Like I want to go to school in Atlanta. But like, what do I want to do? It's like I love art, I love creative, and all right. So let me go kind of rewind back. So during the phase of me like, you know, making music with my friends, like I was the person that was like making the beats, making the album covers, shooting the videos. Like I was doing all aspects of like
that person.
packaging it.
You're basically a creative director,
right?
But exactly, but not knowing that's what I was doing. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at schools and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, like why don't I go get a film degree, be in Atlanta, get the school equipment, I can still shoot stuff and do stuff out there. And I was like, okay, boom, this makes sense now. So I ended up getting in a SCAD's art school out there. And literally like that shit just changed everything. Like being in Atlanta, that 2016, 2017 era, I'm like pretty much meeting everybody in that scene, in that space, and just seeing it like front hand. So it's like you do all this research of like growing up being an internet kid, and then you're like in that space.
Yeah, now you're in there.
So it's like it put my mindset just in like a totally different way I was like thinking of shit. And it really like I would say changed the trajectory. And I would say to like a lot of creative people who are kind of like, like I'm against school or like not doing this, like if you make any investment or the time that you take to do anything in life, like you won't regret doing something that you really like care about, because the knowledge is like the biggest thing, the knowledge and the discipline of it. And that's what I would say like I took from like being in Atlanta and going to school out there was like, just, okay, you want to be a creative, but you have to learn like, okay, even if you're a rapper, you're going to have a tour, you're going to have press, it's still a job, it's still different things that you have to do. And I feel like the biggest thing was like learning that discipline as a creative, because you could have a lot of things that you want to do, but you know, y'all sit up here and do this podcast consistently. It's something that takes discipline. A lot of people passively do things, and that was like my journey in Atlanta, was learning like, okay, wow, like I'm really learning more about film. I'm taking, because a lot of my classes were like, all my classmates, they want to do their short film, you go into the film circuit. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was more so like, how can I apply this to the world that I'm living in? Like, I love music. Like, I love clothes. I love just the culture. So I'm in class like, okay, I'm learning a documentary class. So, okay, why don't I do a documentary on like upcoming artists in Atlanta or upcoming creatives in Atlanta and utilize the school equipment?
Right.
So it's like from there, I'm like building my network in real time, but then also like I'm doing this shit for school. And at the end of it, you end up with a degree. And just looking back at it, it's like, I'm glad that I did that, because I feel like if I just went to Atlanta and tried to figure it out, it would have been a much different vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of trained me for the real world and like opened my mind up, and ultimately like is the reason why I'm like still a creative today. But yeah, so was making music in Atlanta, went to school out there, meeting a lot of people. Things were going cool, honestly. Like, was doing shows, still coming back, tapping into the underground scene, and really was just figuring things out. And yeah, so like from there, so this is probably like 2018. I never told anybody this either, so it was about to be like
You telling everything. We're getting the whole story.
Right.
real scoop. So this is like 2019, like right before the pandemic now. And I'm like, so I'm probably I graduated in 2020. So 2019, I'm just dropping like projects, I'm still doing like a lot of creative things around it. My first project I put out was Isaiah's World, and that was like, all my homies, shout out Josh, Nerve, RP, Eric, shout out Andy, Darion, we all, Tree Sap, it was all locked in and just building like this cohesive sound. And it was just something different. And I'm still taking that same like care and attention that I would for like my friends when I was like, okay, doing their cover art, doing it. But it's like now I'm doing it for myself. So I was really like world building before I even knew what that was. So we would do the cover art, but I'm like, okay, I want to have, these social posts feel like this, or like I want to do an event at Social Status, and we do, Snapchat filters, or just doing different ideas. And, so each project, it's like feeling more and more real. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I really see myself as like, I want to be a music artist and I want to take it to this level. And in 2019, y'all familiar with Alpha Records?
Yeah.
So
Father.
So around that time, I was like around some people in Atlanta, and I ended up getting into some conversations about like signing with them. And it was like a life-changing like type of moment, because you're thinking like, oh wow, like
I'm about to be a signed
I'm
artist.
about to be a signed artist.
Right.
And then this is around the time
Especially
too.
then.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
They were really big.
This around the time when DaBaby went up. So everybody remember like when DaBaby went up, he signed, like I just on a deal with Lamont. So like I'm like even seeing like, okay, this how we gotta pop it too, but like I just got a different swag and sound. But like when I get this deal, and so yeah, basically was having those conversations, and ultimately didn't pan out to what I thought it would be. And it didn't happen. So I was still making music through that time, but I think it kind of I don't want to say discouraged me, but it gave me like, I gotta prove myself. I gotta prove myself.
Put like a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah. And I was still creating music, but it's almost like after that moment, I was doing it for the wrong things. I'm thinking about analytics, because I was switching to this business mindset, because I'm about to go and, sign this deal.
Yeah.
And it almost took the fun out of it, because then it's like that pressure, like, I'm about to graduate. I got to think about how I'm going to make money, and I don't want to come back to Charlotte. I love Charlotte. I always love the city, but like I'm in Atlanta. I've been out here for some years now, so how can I stay out here and make this like my life? So I'm still making music. I'm still making the connections, and the pandemic hits, and I'm just like, fuck, like, what do we do?
Yeah,
like,
I was about to say same thing. Everybody was thinking, like, damn,
like this
like
is
such a hard stop.
Slow up the motion. So it's like, I feel like creatively it was cool because you just locked in. So I'm still recording a bunch of stuff, still pulling up on the homies, still in the studio. But it's just like, it was just like this disconnect of like, okay, what am I doing this for? And I still always had the love for music, but it's just, I no longer like saw myself as like the same artist that I saw myself when I had first moved to Atlanta and when things were clicking. So I looked at just everything that I was doing. And, at that point I graduated and, I was still putting out music and I still like, love that aspect of art. And I still link up with my homies and we go to the studio and we'll do fucking sessions till like 5 a.m. just cooking up, just off the art of it. Mm-hmm. But I thought to myself and I was like, okay, my whole life, like, I went to school, just like I would go to school and I'm coming home and I'm hopping on FL Studios. Like, I always was splitting everything that I was doing. I'm in school, I'm rapping, and then I'm doing creative direction at the time that I don't know is creative direction. But it's all these different buckets. And I'm like, okay, I've been pouring so much into this Isaiah, the artist, the rapper bucket. I'm like hiding my creativity. I got a whole separate page to where I'm shooting stuff for other people in Atlanta, but nobody knows it's me or even knows that I'm doing all the creative for myself. So I'm like, okay, let me bank on myself. Like, let me just see if I pour all the way into this creative bucket, what will happen from it. Like, I pour into this rap bucket the last, 21 years of my life at that point, and let me see what it's like to pour into this creative bucket. And when I did that, in a month of being in Atlanta, like, shit, like, just started going like
moving
crazy. So one of the first opportunities I got was I was working with this production company in Atlanta called Trey Native, and they were doing like a lot of stuff with like Spotify, a lot of like Lil Uzi's early videos, Future's early videos, but from the production aspect. So I'm just seeing like, you would see these videos as a consumer and as a fan, but not knowing like, how does it actually hain? Like, where does the idea come from? You just seeing
truly
like
the behind the scenes.
Yeah. So I'm like, I get that really like behind the scenes look, and I had a mentor, still one of my mentors today. Shout out David Kim, and I met Spike Jordan. That's like Gunna's creative director now, but at the time he was doing a lot of like Lil Uzi stuff, and I'm just seeing a lot of stuff like firsthand. And this is me like pouring into this creative bucket now, to where it's like, okay, I have this knowledge of an artist, and I still have that consumer in me of being a fan, because I love the music, I love the culture of it, and I start thinking like, okay, how can I apply this to like myself and like what I want to do in life, and potentially be like a creative director. And then it's like, I start learning more about Virgil and everything that he did for Ye, and then the Off-White era and Pyrex. So I began like studying creative, almost how I was like coming home and hopping on FL Studio every day.
Word.
Now it's like I'm like listening to like, podcasts of different designers across the world. I'm looking at album rollouts. I was like, also Sycamore, he was like an A&R at Interscope, and then was behind Travis Scott and like YG. So I'm like just listening to like hella TED Talks. And this is like my era. Like, I'm walking around with like self-help books and shit. Like, I'm working at Smoothie King, but I'm just like, all right, I'm about to soak myself in this creative knowledge, because it's giving me that same love of like when I wanted to pursue being a rapper.
Right.
So from there, I get connected with Big Crit's manager. Shout out Dutch.
Shout out Crit.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Shout out Crit.
So that was
great album.
Big Crit was one of the first like real rappers that I like ever worked with.
That's hard.
Super nice dude, respectable.
South legend. They don't give him his credit, but
He's a
they
good
really
legend.
don't.
He a good
legend.
person too.
Yeah.
Like he's a good person. And even just off of like, because we worked together probably for like 3 months, because the manager would just hit me up and kind of put me on like little plays. So I'll like pull up on him in the studio. He's working on a project, just shooting content, but talking to him. And
so
just,
at this time, when they calling you to pull up, you filming?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm cameraman.
That's hard.
Got cameraman.
Yeah,
so at that point, like, I always had a love for the camera, knew what I was doing, because when I was rapping, I'm the person that's like, all right, bro, I need you to stand right here, hold the camera like this. I'm editing it. I'm like, okay, like I'm literally doing creative direction, but not knowing that that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So at this point, I'm like full camera mode. I got my Canon. I'm shooting BTS. I'm on the edit, pulling up with the laptop. Like, I'm just hungry.
Yeah.
And he saw that. He asked me to like shoot a video for him. I remember shooting some stuff for him. And even during that period, I was still in the learning phase of like, okay, what does it mean to like shoot BTS, or like what am I really bringing to the table? And that's when I started taking a little notch further. Like, okay, you want me to pull up to the studio? I'm going to send you photos and videos back the same day, and I'm going to send you an idea of how it could be packaged. So I'm like just going that extra step of knowing like I didn't want to just be holding the camera, because then that's like me like not showing my full potential.
Yeah, well, you're just providing as much value as you can.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And that's when I started to notice just like a shift of like, I'm having conversations with his manager. He had another artist at the time that he was working with, and I'm like, contributing more creatively about like this whole world, but I'm like referencing shit that I was doing for myself and the homies here. So this is like kind of the end of 2021 now. I'm on Instagram, I'm like still kind of doing a running gun, shooting BTS, but it's not moving the needle and it's not paying crazy either, you know. And I still gotta pay rent. I want to stay in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I quit work. I was working at Smoothie King at the time. I worked there for 6 months, bro. It drained me so. When I mean, and where I was at too is I was in Buckhead, so it's like right by Lenox Mall. So rappers is coming through there all the time. Like everybody's coming through there. And I remember one time, like I'll never forget this shit. Sahhbabii comes in there. He like with the whole gang or whatever. And he like getting a smoothie and at the end I'm like, yeah, bro, like I do creative direction. He like yeah, like take my number down. We exchange numbers. And when they left out, I was just like, damn, like he probably not even gonna take. He probably not even knowing like how serious I am because I'm like at Smoothie King,
right?
And that shit was just like killing me because it's like, all right, I'm seeing it in front of me of like these are the network and connections that I could get, but it's kind of like I'm hindered by being in this space and not fully like betting on myself.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So I remember the day I walked out too, cause like. At that time, so this is like when I'm starting to shoot stuff with Craig, I'm like going to the studio, so I'm seeing both sides of it. I'm in these, you know, $1 million studios around these artists and hearing, you know, all these plans, and I go clock in a Smoothie King, and I got a manager, or not even a man, you know, the person at the job that think they're the manager, but not the manager.
Take the job way too serious.
Yeah, you feel me? Talking to me crazy, and I remember like, she had said something to me. She just talked to me like I was like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like when somebody talk to you like you stupid or like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
nah.
Like, cause there's mad people in the store, and I was like, yo, like, can you hop out and help her? It's a little rush right now. She was like, you good? You good? And I was just like, nah, like, come out here so we could just knock this shit out and we can get back to chilling.
Work together right quick.
Yo, she comes out there. She's like, it's not even that many people out here. And she started talking to me like on slow. I literally like froze. It literally felt like a movie, bro. I like froze, and I was like, I'm about to walk out this bitch.
Yeah.
I walked out and I never looked back. I remember I called my mom. I was like, Mom, like I just quit my job, but I gotta stay in Atlanta and I'm about to bet on my creativity. She was like, okay, like go for it. Like she and just even having that reassurance, it wasn't like a panic or like what are you about to do? Like the fact she was like, go for it. I was like,
W response.
Yeah, that's it.
I could do it.
Yeah.
And I did it. And then from there, I was like, okay, I don't have anything in front of me except my camera and my network and my opportunities. So I'm hitting up these managers. I'm tapped in with Trey Native, the production company. I'm pulling up there every day. And mind you, this is still like the world kind of back open, but there was really no creative demand during the pandemic because you could only really shoot videos or do certain things in certain places. So it wasn't even necessarily jumping, but I just like hop back into student mode and I'm like learning, taking everything in around me. And okay, so this is like, all right, end of 2021, like I'm on Instagram now and I see 300, it's this label in New York. They had a virtual internship. So I was like, okay, let me check this out. Like I never thought like I would want to work at a label or like even I always saw myself wanting to sign to a label or like, you know, that aspect of it. So it was like kind of interesting. Like, but I seen like, I was like, okay, Young Thug is signed here. Like, oh shit. Like, you know, I love Thug. Like always been a crazy Thug fan. I seen they had like, a couple other artists. I was like, all right, bet. Let me just apply. Like I feel like I was looking for a creative job, but then you just get to the point where I'm just applying for like random like insurance companies to shoot commercials. It's like I don't really want to do that, but if I have to, so
whatever,
like,
somebody got to pay the bill.
You feel me?
Yeah, somebody got to pay the bill.
You feel me? And I ended up getting an internship. So there was an A&R internship and there was a creative internship. I didn't get the A&R internship, and I was like, damn, like I was really hoping I got it. And then I get an email like, hey, do you want to interview for the creative internship position? End up doing an interview, really hit it off with them. But I really, during the application process, they gave like a project, and with that project, it was like you had to create. It was Meg Thee Stallion. She was like rolling out an album at that time, so it was like some merch they wanted to do and like some social posts, and they were like trying to promote. And basically, the project was like create something with it. So what I did is I like essentially packaged everything up. So I did like all the social assets, then I did like social posts, then I did merch designs, and I packaged the shit up as like professionally as possible. But I'm also watching a lot of Virgil shit at the time, so I'm seeing how like he was moving and how like that technical side, and even just seeing like, you know, as a creative, the biggest advantage you could have is like knowing how to express yourself effectively. And send over your ideas as organized as possible, because not most of the time you're not talking to somebody that's a creative. Like we could have a creative conversation.
You're talking to like a business
exactly,
owner. Yeah.
exactly, and that ended up getting me the internship, and from there, like life really started to change. From there, I was it was a remote internship. It was paid, and I was in Atlanta, so. You know, I'm doing the Zoom shit. It's like a whole new world. I'm like, wow, like I actually got some little stability right now. Like this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I'm on the calls and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm literally on the calls, and I'm like writing people's names down that's talking, because at that point I'm an intern, and it's all virtual. So it's not you go into a building and you seeing like, oh, this person works in this department, this and that. So I'm just like writing people's names down who are like saying different things about like YSL and Thug. Like that was my mission. Like I'm at 300. Like I want to work with Young Thug and YSL, because that's my favorite artist, and I'm in Atlanta, and that would be crazy as fuck, and it makes the most sense. Right. So that was my mission, and from there, bro, like dots just started connecting. We so this is like Slime Language 2, like the compilation album. This is around that time, and we were doing a project. It was like some promo shirts, and it was like the slat like finger on the shirt. We did like these Supreme like box logo flips or whatever. It was like a corny shirt looking back at it, but I was the one in Atlanta, like, oh, like who could bring the shirts, and then my the creative director at 300, he was like, yeah, like, oh, Isaiah's in Atlanta, like you should pull up and drop the shirts off. And I was like, pull up, like, okay, bad, like, you know, played off cool. They're like, oh yeah, I could do that. Like, yeah, I'm like, I'm geeked. I'm like, oh, I'm about to pull up. So I'm like, boom, I pick up the shirts, whatever, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to bring all my cameras. I bring my film camera, video camera.
Yeah, so just being prepared.
Just being prepared. So, cause I'm not knowing who's all going to be there. I don't know who I'm dropping shirts off to. I'm literally dropping the shirts off to the head of marketing at 300, the whole label. So I'm not even knowing that this is if you meet anybody there, this is the person. This is the person to meet.
Yeah, that's hard.
So I give her the shirts, and I'm like, hey, like, is it cool if I like stay? Like I brought my cameras, and I got my Sony in my bag. She's seen like I got legit cameras. She's like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I end up shooting like BTS of the whole thing. Got a bunch. I ended up doing the digital content around the project. So like there was like different. Basically, I met like all the artists. I met a lot of people from 300 the label. Tapped in with like, you know, the YSL team too. You know, shout out Garfield. He was like Thug's like right hand, like creative director, manager. And he was actually like transitioning from like having the camera all the time to being more of the creative director. So it was like interesting to even see that, because like I had already met Spike Jordan, who was Gunna's creative director, like a couple months back through the production company I was working at. So I was kind of checking off all the right boxes of people that I needed to like connect with to like further go down this path. And yeah, so I got to just experience that Slime Language 2 shoot. You see that whole group family shot. Like I'm filming all of that. I'm seeing the behind the scenes of that.
That's tough.
That is tough.
Yeah, and that was like, I'm like, what are the odds that like the first time you get to work on some shit is like your favorite artist in the peak of like their whole careers? So like that shit
right
was
area
like,
too.
That shit was like so like inspiring, and it's like,
but see, that's just like a testament to like right place, right time,
exactly,
and being prepared.
Exactly, because I could have said like, oh, I'm just gonna drop the shirts off and
go
be timid and go home.
Exactly.
Like, no, I'm pulling up with the cameras, and I'm like gonna say like, oh, this is what I do, and actually capture some good shit and meet all the right people.
So at that point, were you still an intern?
Yeah,
at 300?
I was an intern.
Okay, so that was all through the intern. Okay.
Yeah. So
made the most out that internship.
Bro, no, like when I got it, I remember I remember I told my mom, I was telling everybody, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna turn this into my job. This is an internship, but I'm about to make this my job. I'm about to turn this into a job.
Just be an internship.
Yeah, like this is my first opportunity, my real opportunity. I'm like, hell no, I gotta make the most of this shit. And that's what I did. So yeah, like, you know, captured a bunch of stuff around that, and then I was the only intern that was like based in Atlanta. So then they just start letting me know when there was different things going on in Atlanta, and I would pull up. So then I'm building that rapport, like, you know, my face card of like, you know, I'm not just on the screen as like a Zoom intern. I'm actually
it's like real life
on the ground, and then I'm like producing content too. So I ended up like doing some of the Spotify canvases for like all the songs on the project. Okay, here's another crazy story. So this is like a little further down the line of the internship. We're on a call, and they're like, they're talking about the Ski music video. So this is before like Thug was like previewing it on like Instagram and shit. And I'm on this call, and they're like, yeah, like, oh, we're going to LA this week to shoot the video with Thug and Gunna. And I was like, the only video they could be shooting is the ski video.
Yeah.
So I had built that like rapport with like the head of marketing at 300. And shout out Raina. She's like very, very, very. She's the GOAT. And I texted her. I was like, could I come out to the video and shoot content? And she was like, sure. And she just said that. I was like, I looked on fucking what app was it at the time? Skip Lag. I was like, I'm about to just get a flight and go to LA.
Yeah.
And just figure it out from there. Like I had a homie that was out there. So we just gonna go to LA, figure this shit out. I'm pulling up to this video shoot. So I pull up to this ski video shoot. They're like, wow, he really came out here. That's another point of connection, really showing like I'm really like around.
Yeah, doing what you say you're gonna do.
You know what I'm saying? Like familiar face. I'm seeing, you know, people that I was seeing from like when I was at the cover shoot and shit. Right. So it was just kind of those like reassuring moments and these dots connecting really so effortlessly. I start to think back, like, you know, when I was like talking about the bucket. So like, I'm really pouring into this creative bucket and the dots are connecting so fluidly. It's like I gotta really double down on this shit and trust that like this is the direction that I want to go, and not like, oh, I'm just, you know, giving up on like music and, you know, having a sob story, but more so like, nah, this is my calling. This like that was preparation for this moment right now. Like me being a music artist and me understanding like
what just gave you the knowledge.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Even just like that, like understanding, even when I talk to like the artists that I work with now, it's like I'm not only talking to you as a creative, but I understand like as the music artist side of it, the artist, the image, the vision, or what you want people to feel. And it's like, it's just crazy how life works to where like, you know, this kind of like a tangent, but like you could almost be the one that's like holding yourself back because you're so set on this is just what I'm supposed to do. And it's like, you have to look at it from a wider perspective that this might just be what it takes to ignite these 3 other skills and these 3 other paths in your life, and that's the one that it really is. So to go back into I guess the timeline of it, you know, I shoot a lot of content at the ski music video. They end up, you know, using my stuff for the rollout. It was like a part of an Amazon Music ad, and I'm just like getting these crazy ass looks.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, this shit is
dope.
This is crazy. Like this really my first real project, and I'm getting to work with like my favorite artists. And, bro, like just like really a great time. You know, the album ended up going #1. So, you know, they did like a celebration dinner in Atlanta. I pulled up with my cameras. I shot like a fire like recap video, and then, you know, they ended up. That's like when like the YSL page started following me on IG. And, you know, so it was like I was building that rapport, and I was like, okay, I gotta really double down on this shit. And yeah, so, you know, I'm doing an internship. You know, I'm still working with like, you know, other parts of the label too. Like there's like the first project I did was with OMB Peasy. This is like my first time doing like a real creative direction, you know, project by myself. And they trusted me as an intern to even like line that up.
That's a lot of faith.
Yeah, because I'm in Atlanta, so I literally organized a whole shoot. We're doing like these, because you know, remember when everybody was doing those like performances, like virtual performances, because it was like no.
Yeah, it was like when they were doing like from the house.
Exactly. Like,
so
they were doing something for 420, and essentially it was like a bunch of the artists on the label were going to submit like performance clips, and then we drop it on 420. So I like got the studio space, built out the set with like the studio house that I knew. I had my homies, shout out my boy Lonnie, shout out my boy EJ. They're both very, very dope directors. They went to Morehouse or Clark, but they were in Atlanta too. No, I'm lying. Lonnie went to SCAD with me, and EJ went to Morehouse. But I had hit them because they were like too, you know, we was all around the same age, too hungry and really like on their shit visually. So I put together a team. I was like, look, like, I don't know what the budget's looking like yet, but just like, trust me, it's going to be a cool opportunity. And they was down, and we did it. So put together a visual, and it was probably like one of the best like performances. The video how went crazy because like PZ performed like a song that wasn't like released yet. So
that's tough.
The video went crazy, and the label really liked the quality of it, and that was like a project that really solidified. Like I feel like it showed like, okay, this is an intern, but like I'm literally like coordinating with like an artist to pull up. I'm talking to the manager, talking to ideas. Like that's not some
you moving like an employee.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Because I was as an intern.
Yeah. So
that's hard.
From there, like I'm like, okay, that was fun. Like I just put together a shoot, not even knowing that's what I did. Like I just creative directed and produced this shoot, and yeah. So from there, like was just having those like moments in between that was just kind of like keep pushing me along, and I was just like fully locked in on that. Like and it's crazy because that time in Atlanta, like I was going out hella, like, you know,
Yeah.
and I had to like make that transition of like, okay, like now I gotta focus. I can't pop out. Like it's not even on no selfish shit. It's just like I'm seeing this is working, and the more that I'm pouring into this bucket, it's gonna overflow at some point. So it's like let me just keep going, and ultimately the internship turned into a job. So I'll tell this story too. So this is like towards the end of my internship, and I was kind of like, okay, like, are you gonna offer me a job, or am I just about to keep?
How long was the internship?
So it was 3 months. So it started in February.
Wow. That's a crazy 3 months.
Yeah, like gonna say like a year or something.
Nah,
that's crazy.
Bro, 3 months, bro. But that's everything too. Like in Atlanta, shit just moved so quick because everybody was there during the pandemic. It was open,
right?
So in the span of those 3 months, you know, getting to work with YSL, getting to work with you know, the other artists on 300, and building portfolio in real time, making these connections to where it's like, okay, there's some solid base here, and I have actual portfolio that's not just like my homies that want to rap around the corner and we shoot videos. It's like, nah, this is actually like real artists, and I'm getting my shit's on Amazon. And like it's like, you know, it's starting to become more.
The resume's getting crazy.
Yeah. So at the end of the internship, so Garfield, he was like the left hand to Thug's, does the creative management. Thug's brother, Funk, he was going to be the first artist to drop his project. And I ended up getting, shout out my boy Kojo. He was doing digital marketing at 300. He sent me an IG post of Funk's manager asking for a day-to-day videographer, and he had sent it to me. And I was like, bet, I'm about to hit her up. So I hit her up. We chopped it up on the phone, and she's like, oh, yeah, like, you know, we want to shoot music video, and I just need, like, when can you get back to Atlanta? Because I was actually in Charlotte for, I think I came home. I forget what holiday it was. It might have been Mother's Day. And I was out here now because I didn't have a job to where I needed to be back in Atlanta. So sometimes I would just come back to the city and just kick it for points in time. And then once I got that call, we talked to her. She was like, yeah, like, can you come to the studio tomorrow? I was like, all right, I'm about to go back to Atlanta. I gotta dip.
I gotta go.
So, yeah, I pull up, and basically she's like, yeah, like, I need you to just record Funk. Don't record anybody else in here. Because cameramen will, like, come around and you're in the studio, you get too geeked, and you're like, oh, filming Gunna and filming Thug. And it's like, the artist that you're supposed to be with is the one you're supposed to be with. So that when I, you know, basically got in that space, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So first day I pull up on them, and I was just geeked. Like, I'm finally in the studio seeing where all these hits being made. I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy as fuck. But I'm like, fly on the wall, pull up with my camera, shooting BTS. And, you know, I shot some cool stuff, just like a regular studio session. And she was like, oh, we want to shoot a video. So the next day I was like, I don't like how it's just like, just BTS. Like, I need to really show my value. Like, I've been doing that across the board with everything else that I'm doing. So I literally put together like a whole album rollout, like deck, mood board for the music video, documentary treatment, and the aesthetic for the cover art. And I send that to her, and she's like, yes, love this. Talk with Garfield. He's like, it's a go. Everybody pretty much greenlit everything. And from that point, that next day, I linked up with them. We met up probably around 1, and I caught up on my homies. Shout out Lonnie, shout out EJ. They pulled up, they thugged it out with me. We shot a music video that day. Then I was riding around Atlanta with him for like maybe like 3 or 4 hours. He had to go pick up his lamb truck that was like on the whole other side of Atlanta.
So you just on the trip.
Just on the trip, and I got the camera with me. But at this point, it's like, okay, I'm showing my value because I'm not just capturing BTS for the hell of it. This is part of a bigger piece. So we shoot the music video. I shoot his album cover. And I'm shooting, this starts off the documentary that's going to go along with the project. And literally that day, like, I'm not even about to wait to go home. So we go back to the studio after running around Atlanta, and I start like putting the selects up. And I'll send y'all this picture too. I literally got it. I start putting all the selects from the shoot, literally editing like 6 cover arts in one time. And I was like, I'm not about to leave until like we get the cover art locked in. And I start like showing them this is about to be the vibe for the project. So literally, like, I'm in there, and Thug walks in, and Nay, shout out Nay, she's like showing the cover art. We talking about the ones that she likes. She shows Thug my laptop, and he picks the cover art. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
Like, this is crazy. I'm like, bro, like, and I got to play this shit so cool because it's just like, okay, you here. This is your moment.
You don't want to be the dude that's fanned out.
Yeah, you get me. Like, you get to this point. So it's like, I play it cool. And I mean, from there, like, I was in the studio with them like that whole summer, like filming Funk's like that, and that's Thug's brother. Like, so this was like even even crazier to think like, wow, I'm a part of his like first project. Out of all the artists that dropped in YSL, he was like the first one to come out after SL2, Islam 2 came out. So it was like the first project, and I mean, we like, you know, just pulling up every day. Shout out Vito, he's an A&R at YSL. He played a big role in like, you know, keeping me in the loop and locking me in over there, and yeah, just like all these dots were connecting, but just really fly on the wall. I'm seeing how they, you know, moving around and just seeing success at that level was just like inspiring, because it's like, this isn't far. Like everything is like not that far out of reach. Like going back to being that internet kid and you seeing it online and think like, damn, like how are they doing this? How are they going there? And then you seeing like, now this is a movement. Like, you know, people come around, you get in the studio. Okay, Thug in the studio locked in all day. Everybody else is in the studio locked in all day. You see the different videographers pulling up. You see, you know, shout out my boy Connor. That's like Thug's like right-hand videographer. I'm seeing him, and even to think like we like tight homies now, but at that time, like I knew him more than he knew me. But it's just like kind of seeing everybody grow in that space and that hunger. It was just like, just hella inspiring. And yeah, so I shoot the whole documentary. And mind you, this is still like in between point of like, do I have an internship or a job at the label? So this is like not even label related. I'm tapped in with just straight the manager and YSLs, and they're like, oh, just pull up. And I was like, you know, asking about money, but I was like, I'm not about to let the money fuck up this opportunity.
No,
because it's so easy to be like,
money will come.
Oh nah, y'all got $1,000 from me. I'm not gonna be here. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm in the studio till 4 a.m., like 5 a.m. And then mind you, like I'm still doing the internship, so it's still like certain things that I gotta do. And basically it gets to the point where my internship is over. I'm in this in-between section, and the album's about to come out. You know, I packaged the whole album together. We did the album cover, we did promo videos, single covers, music videos. It's a whole rollout, because then I'm shooting this documentary, edited all by myself. It's a part of the release. And yeah, at the end of it, it's like, okay, like what do we do? And then shout out my homie Kojo. He was like, yeah, bro, like, you know, you got to get paid for your work. Like, make sure, you know, you get paid for your work. And I did that. I didn't even know how to make an invoice or nothing. Like, I knew, like, okay, you know, it's almost like when you're doing something, you get that imposter, like, oh, should I charge this much? I'm like underthinking. So either way, I send out the invoice, and then literally, like, I think it was like maybe a day after, like, I get a call from HR, and they're like, hey, like, they want to offer you a position. And so I guess they was like, all right, we're not about to be taking these invoices. Let's get them on the team.
Yeah.
From there, like, you know, shout out Raina, and even, because another big piece of this as well is, so Kevin Lyles, he was the head of 300. So I met him as an intern too, through the creative director at the label. And it just kind of, everything was like falling in place. So it's like, when the time I got the actual like job offer, it was like, wow, like just every dot connected. I met all
bro, you might be the best intern 300.
Bro, for real. Like, what a goat story. And we need the movie.
This is like a span of 4 months. Like,
not even half a year.
That shit is crazy.
I'm over here inspired.
Nah, you talking about like taking advantage of an opportunity. Dude. Like, that shit is crazy.
Because most people will literally they want to play it so safe. Like, I don't want to ask if I can shoot Thug or, you know, yada, yada. Like, you're just... Hey, man, I'm here. Like, what's up? What we doing?
Yeah, bro.
Damn, that's taking a charge, bro. Yeah. You taking a charge of the opportunity.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, to think too, like, that's just like the creative side of it. You still like, you know, figuring out life on the other side of it as well. So it's like, even that was like, bro, I moved like 3 different times in that span. So it's just like, it was just a really like grinding time in life. And I think that's what really kept the fuel of it, because it's like, you know, bringing me back. It's like, okay, I'm in school, I'm getting back on FL. Like, it's like, okay, you can't let the one thing that you really don't like or don't want to do stop, like, the grind or what your passion is. Yep. And that really was, like, the fuel in it. So, you know, once I got the job, like, bro, that shit just, like, it was, like, a sense of comfortability, but it's like I knew it wasn't the end of it. And, yeah, from there, I, like, you know, got to work on Punk, got to work on DS4, Gunna's album, and, yeah, bro, it was like just great even being able to contribute at the level that I did, because mine's just like going intern to, you know, having a creative coordinator position, but still having the ability to like contribute to these big projects. Both of the projects went #1, and I'm still a fan at that, so I'm like overly geeked. And yeah, it was really great. I'm trying to think where else from there. But yeah, that kind of put me in the space. I guess we're like at end of 2022 maybe now, or 2021. And DS4 comes out, another great project. I ended up working with Lil Keed. So Lil Keed was one of my favorite rappers for the longest. I wanted to work with R.P. Keed, another great dude. Like,
he is a great dude. He let me. I DM'd him myself and was like, he was coming to Charlotte to perform. I think it was at Underground or something. I was like, I would love to shoot your show.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Literally.
It was like my first show I've ever shot. Shout out Keed. Like, that was dope.
Long Lil Keed,
that was for real.
really the GOAT. And like similar experience. Like, I wanted to work with Keed and his product manager at the time, Tashana, another GOAT. She she made that happen, because I met Keed like at that cover shoot, and I would like see him in the studio, but I never had that like, okay, we about to really do something. And bro, I ended up he asked for me to come out there for like a week, because I put up on him in the studio a couple of times and shot like some recaps, and he had posted it and he liked the vibe. And he was like going to LA to pretty much start doing album rollout. Basically like an artist will go on like so essentially when we shooting a project, you'll do like press photos. When you do the press photo shoot, you want to get the album cover shots, then you might shoot a music video. So you pretty much just like going on a trip, shooting stuff over multiple set days. So I go out to LA with them. Well, before that, I literally get the request of like, hey, Keed wants Isaiah to come to LA next week. And that gets sent like to the label. So I'm like, oh yeah, like this shit is like super squeeze now. Like,
that's crazy.
Keed want me to pull up. So I go out to LA, and it's like a great trip, man. Just really like, that was my first time. Like, I would pop out to LA on like, kind of one-offs, but I never was like there for like a span of time. So I go out there and just like, I'm shooting BTS content, but also like contributing to that bigger idea. Because similar to how I did, Funk's project, I wanted to like contribute at that level to his project. But, fortunately, he passed away. And, it was just kind of like a transitional time, because, obviously everything that went on with like, Thug and the whole, that moment, it was just like a transitional time. And it was kind of like uninspiring, because I'm like, wow, like I got to this point, and then it's like everything's starting to go left, and I was putting so much into that moment. But that was like kind of like a trying time as a creative, because like, all right, now like what am I like doing this for? I know I have this like passion and drive, but now that I'm no longer able to work with like my favorite artists, or like even the potential of working with what I would have been able to work with for Lil Keed, I was just like kind of stuck. But then I looked at the other artists I was building like connections with. So y'all know NGYL?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's from South Carolina.
Yes.
And he was signed to 300 like for the longest. So I'm not even know. I put two and two together. He got this song called Off-White with Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
So I pull up to the shoot.
That music video was dope.
Yeah.
And I remember that. Yeah.
So I pulled up to that shoot. I'm shooting BTS for him, chopping it up with YL. And I'm like, oh yeah, like Young Icy, because I'm knowing Young Icy from like the upcoming underground scene. Like, the Carolinas, it's like a small mix. So then, we pretty much like hit it off after that. Just kind of like, I was having those like personal connections that always like went back to like the music artist side. So it was always like a full circle moment of like, oh, I know this producer, I know this videographer. It was just like those full circle moments. So I ended up pulling up to the video. I shot some like content for that. And then I go to LA with YL for another trip. So this is like my second time going to LA. And we shoot some stuff. We just kicking it though. You just getting that like rapport. And yeah, so I was like even experiencing LA. It's like, I wanted to move to LA, but I was like, like it's cool, but I don't really like know what's going on out there. But those trips, it's like I'm going out there and I'm working, and I'm like seeing like, okay, this is like somewhere I could see myself being. Like this shit would really be fire. And so I come back to Atlanta, and okay, so this is like an interesting time too. So I end up getting a job offer from Geffen Records. It was in LA. Super random. I get referred by it was somebody used to work in digital at 300, and she had got a job over there, and the position was for like a content creator. It was like, okay, you're gonna pull up, you're gonna film content, but when I get on that call, like I'm not just gonna like say like, oh yeah, I can shoot content. I'm gonna speak about everything that I've done.
Right.
And you know, that conversation just went over like super well, and like in the span of like a week, like they were like sending a job offer. Now when I mean that shit is so crazy, I literally, the lease was up at the crib that I was in, so I literally was either gonna have to renew my lease and like figure out what I wanted to continue to do in Atlanta,
or go somewhere
else. So it was just like a crazy like transitional time because so literally like during that week, like YL team hit me up because he was going to like the studio with Uzi, and he like, yeah, like we want to shoot this video in New York. So I ended up going to New York, like we're with Uzi and shit. I filmed this video, and it's kind of like I'm feeling that excitement again that I kind of felt had went away. And yeah, so that was like another like really great project. I love Uzi just to even be in that space on top of like, oh, I'm about to move to LA. It's just like these more like reassuring moments. And I feel like at that point, that's like when I felt like, okay, this creative bucket is like where I'm at, and I need to just continue to pour in it. And yeah, I mean, it was just a really like great time in life because I was like, not great time. It was a great time, but it was obviously like things that weren't so great that was going on. So the fact that like, you know, God and the way the world was moving for me, it was like, it just all worked out in a great way. And I was working with the artist Sue Huncho. He's from Atlanta. You heard of him?
Oh, I ain't heard of him.
He be like singing. He got like Your Friends.
Yeah, Honcho.
Yeah.
Oh, Huncho. Yeah. He on Greensboro.
No. He's from Greensboro, but he was living in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay.
So I was working with him closely too, like street poetry. I did like his first couple projects I did creative for him. So it was like I was able to like build my portfolio simultaneously. And I think that like that all like contributed to, you know, having that job offer from Geffen and then like moving out to LA all in the span of like, it's really happened within like a 2 year, like less than 3 year period from the internship
crazy
to full time at 300 to job offer to move to LA.
Word.
And
so you took the job, moved to LA.
Yeah.
What year was that?
This was end of 23.
Word.
Yeah, end of 23.
So when you got to LA, what was your like? I guess like what was your mindset when you got to LA?
Yeah, you're kind of at like the spot. I mean,
Right.
Atlanta is a spot
Because
too.
you're from North Carolina, went to Atlanta, right? So you
Now
spent
you
all
in
your
LA.
time in the South, but now you in LA, which is like
Bro,
some whole other
so left
shit.
field.
so
Yeah, that's
different
left
vibe,
field.
bro. Like it was crazy, honestly, bro. Cause I'm like, wow, I'm really out here. But then it's like I get back in that grind mode of like, okay, when I first got that internship at 300, I'm like, all right, I gotta really like boots on the ground and shit. Like I'm going to the label, I'm figuring out what people do. But then it's like I'm in that space and it's moving at like 1,000 miles per hour. Like it's not like, okay, you get like, you know, we're gonna hold your hand and like show you the ropes. It's like, nah, you gotta really step up to the plate. So that was like a big part of like, you know, figuring out my footing, because like not only are you adjusting to like being across the country, but now it's like, all right, you in the big leagues now. Like this is inside the Interscope building. So this is like before like, you know, so Geffen and Interscope were like
So they're a sub label.
yeah, exactly. So that's how I got like brought in. And yeah, so it was like it was a big transition, even just understanding corporate, because it's like I spent so much time like in the studio, on the ground, like I'm just used to being around the actual, you know, vibe where everything is going on. So going into like the corporate office space, it was like a real like learning process. But to think back to that, like it's just like I go back to that school mindset. Like I look at everything like 4 years. You got freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. So it's like I looked at this as like, okay, my span of like my interning, my run at 300, that was like a what would you say, like I wouldn't even put it a part of like the 4 year program.
That was middle school.
That was middle school, exactly.
Yeah,
But like in 300 still major life changing opportunity, but it prepared me for high school, moving across the country, and that was like what it was. So like my freshman year, you know, you in there, you learning people, you learning their vibe, you getting situated, you know, learning the city, and then I'm traveling too, because you know you move to the West Coast, but then I still got artists that I work with that's in Atlanta or Houston or New York or Miami, and you know I'm figuring out that aspect of life to where like my first year living in LA, bro, like I probably wasn't even in my crib for like I think I maybe had a full month there, like maybe like by that summer, but like bro, I was on go, just like getting to it. And you know essentially what I do now is like it's a combination of like what I was doing at 300, but it's more like refined to where like, okay, I'm the one that's commissioning the video. So essentially like I'm bringing in all directors, videographers, creatives.
You basically building the team.
Exactly.
Right.
Around the artist. And these are things that I was like subconsciously doing before I was even in that space, all the way back to doing my homie shit. It's like, or even my own shit. It's like, okay, I can't shoot a video for myself, but I could find somebody that I think is fired to help contribute to this bigger idea.
So you really been the quarterback for years.
You feel me?
Like you really the quarterback. The quarterback and the coach.
Yeah, bro. And
Damn.
yeah, so like it's been cool, like just learning that aspect of it. I feel like I learned so much just about the business space, and I feel like being a creative is like I was anti the business. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why do I have to do this? Like, I'm a creative, but it's like this opportunity this is the school part of it. This is the knowledge that you're about to learn. So it's like whatever you do next, this is a piece of the puzzle. Just like okay, I want to come to the ski music video, to the I'm gonna drop the shirts off and bring all my cameras. Like these are all the steps and all the knowledge along the way that like helps you continue to propel to the next stage and the next stage. And that's just the mindset I kept. Like no ego, like just be egoless, just remain the student. You know, you remain the student. You're always learning. You're not worried about competing. You're not worried about the next person. You're not worried about, oh, like am I doing enough, or this is what it's about. It's
and that shit ruined. Those three things ruin a lot of people.
100%,
like, especially in like creative space and like comparison, like looking at your journey and comparing it to somebody else. That should have killed your motivation.
Because you can get one opportunity and think like, oh, this is me. Like I'm the shit now. And it's like in reality, this is one opportunity, and the spectrum of it. You feeling one way about one opportunity could kill, the next opportunity because you carry yourself in a certain way. And that's one thing I always remained. I was like, no matter what room I get in, no matter what I'm doing, I'm just going to remain myself. I'm not going to try to be any different to get you to fuck with me or, feel better than you because now I know this now. It's like, no, like, I work with creatives now and I'm explaining them how this shit goes. You're like, even when you work with a label, like labels have like a bad like stigma of like, oh, they take forever to pay, or like, oh, they don't pay. And it's like, in reality, it's not that, but it's like you're dealing with a company. And it's like, you got to treat what you do as a creative as if you were working at any other job. Like when I was at Smoothie King, I don't work my shift and then get my money right after I'm done my shift. You got to wait for that pay cycle. So it's like, it's the same thing with a label. It's a job. So, but having that knowledge and being able to explain it is like, okay, this is my calling. Like now I'm having the knowledge and now I can pour back into creators as if I was pouring into myself. So that essentially has been like the real like big focus. Like I feel like this last year, and even like just even tapping in with y'all, because like I've been seeing a podcast since y'all first like started, just seeing everything you do. Like you creative as fuck, like on the video side, photo side, seeing your stickers all over the city. So it's like I'm like, bro, I gotta tap back in like with the city more too, because like, bro, it's something special about the Carolinas, bro. Like, it's just a different drive that we really got, and just the creativity, because it's like North Carolina is like a blank canvas when you think about it. You go to these big cities, the New Yorks, the LA.
Well, they got
Miami,
like the history.
Like DaBaby was the first rapper to blow up at that level from North Carolina for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
not too long ago.
We're at the early phases of it, to where like I want to really start like molding shit out here, just like really like tightening up the creative community. Like there's no reason why like like it should be multiple podcasts in the city, which I'm sure there are, but like there should be like this network and flowing and just like everybody creatively like collaborating. I feel like that's really like the start of it, is like any knowledge that we get, even to the simplest level, like it's stuff that y'all could tell me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, like okay, I need to XYZ, because I'm seeing y'all said, I'm like, wow, like y'all really doing this. There's so many people that'll like make 1,000 excuses on why they don't have a podcast set up or why they can't do it, and it's like this shit possible. You know what I'm saying? And y'all episode 222, like some people don't get past the one, or like get so
we know.
So it's like
we know.
It's like even just that vibe of it is just like that's really what keeps me going. Like the art of it, the creativity of it, like all the moments in between are like great and like a part of it. But I think it's just like, okay, I want to show people you could really have a creative career and really make it like real life. And just I think even just like how like I never really even explained like my story for outside of like people that like I know, or more my homies that like seen it while it was happening. But I think that's just like important, just like that community aspect, because I feel like too, like everywhere I've gotten to go, I feel like Charlotte specifically, we have like, not even Charlotte, I'll say like this region of like North Carolina, like it's just like a certain like care and drive that we have, just the people that we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you come to people and sometimes too much of a facade, or it's too much of like, okay, I'm a creative, so I'm gonna play into the creative aesthetic. Like I got homies that are doing 3D virtual design AI shit, but like they just posting the shit because they just like the art of it, but not even thinking about it from a business scale. So you know, I just even think about that aspect. Like I want the world to see this. Like I want Charlotte to be like the mecca of like, you know, a booming creative industry, you know, in the next 10 years, just based off of the people here. But the drive, like it's a certain drive for us that being out here, because it's a blank slate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because just to piggyback on that, like you said, you know, once you start talking about your Atlantas, your New Yorks and everything, there's so much history, there's so many things to go to, there's so many things, you know, and around here it's kind of like we gotta make the history. You know, we have to be the first creative directors. We have to be the first podcast. We have to kind of plant these seeds. And I think the biggest thing why people, I think, will start something and they don't continue is because just the environment. There's nobody else doing it around you. So, you know, if you're a rapper, there's nobody else rapping around you. You know, it's only gonna be so long that you're like, all right, you know, nobody else is doing that. But if there's an environment where there's a lot of shows going on, there's a lot of podcasts. If you're doing a whole album rollout, you can stop by all these spaces that's just in the city. You don't have to go to try to get on the radar. You don't have to, you know, XYZ. But great point. I do think Carolina, like, we have such a drive because it's like we want to be these cities. You know, we want to be what they are. But where do we start? Like you said, the baby, he's the first major artist to blow up out of Carolina. Like, true Carolina. You made it to the Grammys. You know, you are a Carolina person and you are on the Grammys. That's a crazy statement just itself. That might be so little to somebody else.
And he did it without leaving Charlotte.
Correct.
That's the big thing,
you
right?
still in
like
the city.
you got Cole, but he went to New York.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So
he didn't lose that identity.
Exactly.
Of like everybody know, like he definitely represents like Charlotte, North Carolina.
He's not out here just banging New York. Like,
like he popped with a Charlotte jersey.
Correct.
On. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like it's some real Charlotte shit.
But great point that you made. Definitely. Like, we definitely have a job because just like it's right there. Like we see it. So like, how can we do it? And I know it's cliche, but we can all work together. But bro, we can work together. It's community. Just, I mean, even just hearing you tell your story, bro. Like, I'm over here, I'm inspired. I'm over here thinking, dang, like I almost feel I'm not working hard enough. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real though.
No, for real. Like I'm over here inspired. Like, dang, like you really started from the Smoothie King. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I had a moment where I quit. You know, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not doing this. I just quit my job just to let y'all know. Like, I'm not doing that. You know, and then get to be where I am now. But I mean, I'm over here inspired, bro, and I'm glad that you got to come through and just explain your story.
Yeah, your story is crazy.
Like, this is going to I'm gonna be sending this out to people. Like, you need to watch this. This is a great story that you should watch, and it's from someone not even an hour away.
Nah, and it's really like a testament of like just being
Banking
prepared, believing in yourself, and like just being at the right place. Like being where you're supposed to be,
and taking advantage of what's going on.
Because there's a lot of people that trick themselves out of their spot by not being where they're supposed to be.
Bro. And I another thing I'll say, we talked about it at a point, but like the money thing, like I know as a creative, like you want to get paid, but some of the best opportunities are the free opportunities.
Agreed.
Like, literally, and sometimes it's like, okay, know your worth, but sometimes like, all right, let me just take this as a portfolio piece. And sometimes that portfolio piece will be what lands you the craziest
all that
job.
Money that you want.
You know? And that's really part of it.
The money will always come,
bro. That's something I always said, like, because people want it then and now. You know, if you tell me, hey, I need you in LA tomorrow, well, how much am I getting? It's like, I can throw you 200. But like, you know, I'm good. I gotta shoot here that's gonna give me 400. Fuck that, bro. You're going to LA. Who knows what you can get out of that? Move that to Friday. Like, what are you doing?
Literally, bro. And that's just something like, but I feel like it's not enough people that like talk about it. Like, it needs to be like an open conversation. Like, bro, like anything is really possible. Like, bro, there's no written rules to creativity or creative direction or photography, videography, becoming a director. Like, you see how like people are doing shit today. Like, you could be a music artist and then you successful clothing line. You can go and direct movies and then, okay, actually I want to fucking, throw a music festival or something like that. Like that. That's where I see things just like how creativity could be pushed. Like it doesn't have to. There's nothing linear about it, bro.
There's no like single like you have to do this, then you do this.
Yeah,
like, there's no path.
There's no steps to it at all. And like I just think like the more like conversation there is, the more like we'll see like a impact of like what's possible. Because I think on the other hand of it too is like people sometimes get caught up in like the like, what artists are you working with, or what's the clout projects, or it's like, bro, that shit don't matter, because if you're making good stuff, you never know who will come across your stuff. Like Instagram, social media is like a platform. Like you see podcast clips that go viral on TikTok, you never watch the podcast, but now you're like invested in the clips, and then next thing you know, you're like, okay, now I'm about to tune into the whole pod. Like it's the way the world that we're in today is like nothing is linear, so that means anything is possible. Like literally, like anything is possible. And I think more conversation of it and more like connecting and building, like that's what's gonna make like, I think not only like a strong like, space in the Carolinas, but I think just across the world for like our generation, because it's like we're in a times like we got to see the blog era to where shit is today, to where like we're in a transitional period, like anything could happen, but it's like some people gotta like guide that wave and not like keep it all to themselves. Or like, you gotta spread it, you gotta let people know like, all of this shit is possible.
I think that's a big thing in the Carolinas is like the most successful people in the Carolinas from like just a creative standpoint. A lot of them are like around our age. There's not like, we don't have like OGs. Like there's nobody to like, there's nobody to like talk down and like give us game and shit like that. Like,
like I'm figuring out on our own.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm an engineer. Like I didn't have anybody to look up to when I started engineering. Right. It was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna figure it out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with same thing with the camera. Same thing with your story. It's just like, fuck it, we got to figure it out. Like we got to build our own shit.
There's not a manual I can buy how to be a creative director. How I can be an engineer and learn it step by step. Yeah, exactly. Like that's not. It's a
journey. It's a journey within it. Like no matter what the like focus is, that journey is like unique to everyone. But it's like having that conversation or like it being said, because I think that's the other thing too. Is like we in this world to where like everything looks so perfect. You see it on social media. You see that final product, but you don't see like the story behind it, what it takes to be like, yo, we all in the same bucket. We all figuring out, okay, what do we need to pour into more of our interests, or what direction do we need to go in? And it's like, that adds a layer of like, you could trust the process more. Like it sounds cliche when people say that, but it's like that's the biggest part of this shit. No, just trusting the process.
Trust the process.
Like shit. Like you got the Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud logo up here, and you give me a Spotify sponsored podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can start that wave. And I really wanted to come here because I've been seeing how consistent and disciplined that y'all have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard to like, sometimes tap in when you're not like in the city or like, just through social media. But it's like, bro, I hit Zebo, I was like, bro, like, and I have been wanting to do this for a minute, but I was like, I got to come fuck with y'all because I see like the consistency and discipline that y'all have. Like,
appreciate you, bro.
It's real.
I was just telling, I was like, hell, like he hit me up. I didn't even reach out. Like he hit me. I was like,
nah, that's hard. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Like this is a good ass episode. Like,
no, for real, a great episode to end the year. Yeah, I appreciate the words for the podcast too. Definitely, just all this, just everything that we all do. Like discipline is such a thing. Like that's a thing. That's a true thing that a lot of people lack. A lot of people lack, especially when in the music space, in the creative space, they lack discipline. So therefore, everything just kind of crumbles slowly, and it's like,
well, it's discipline and confidence. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't think they can do it.
No, because they don't, and it's like on top of that. Well, nobody else doing it. Right.
Exactly.
So, it must be hard. I ain't going to do it.
But take a look around because there are people doing it. Yeah. People from the same places we from like,
no,
you know what I'm saying, the middle of nowhere type
what's
shit.
y'all story? Like, y'all starting the podcast and like what kind of, inspired it?
Shit. So, when was it 2021?
Wasn't it during COVID? I feel like it was during COVID.
No, I think it was right after COVID.
Okay.
Because I had already graduated college.
You're right.
So me and Zebo met. We met. So I got my brother's a rapper. So and I got a bunch of rappers that are friends. And at the time, Zebo was doing all the videos. So that's how me and Zebo met. And then we would kind of just sit around and we'd have all these conversations or whatever. We was always talking about music. We was always talking about like just whatever was going on inside hip hop culture or whatever. And then one day somebody was like, "Shit, look, we should just do a podcast." And then we set that shit up. We started shooting at his sister's house at first. And then we moved here to my brother's house. And we just been shooting the shit ever since. And then,
that's fire.
But he been doing videos the whole time, and then I started engineering. So I got a bunch of artists that I work with, doing all their music and stuff. So then it's kind of just been building.
Yeah,
since.
literally just we would always have these conversations. Just and like you said, I'm a fan of the internet too. I just always just followed hip hop, just all things hip hop. I'm like we have good conversations, and it's like really cliche. Like, yo, we should start a podcast.
Right.
It's like, no, like we can. Like, I think our communication skills is good enough. I know enough people. You know enough people where we can get like guests coming on. Like, let's take advantage of the internet. Like, I think nobody else is kind of really doing it. Like, let's be. And I know you have. You know, I know he has discipline. I have discipline, and I have a hard time finding people who has discipline. So I'm like, discipline plus discipline. Like, we can do something like that. So
and it was just like easy because me and Zebo had already been friends for like 5-6 years.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Just doing through the video work, working with all the music.
So it wasn't like overly like manufactured.
Nah,
like Mike
all
wasn't down here, we'd be chopping it up.
right,
Like,
let's just throw a camera on. Let's just throw. We can still have these conversations. Let's just put a camera on. And see where it goes.
Yeah, and it was like everything was built like in this house basically because my studio used to be in the room over before I moved to a new spot. But like so like everything was here already, right? Like we was making music here, we was shooting a podcast here, so like.
Yeah, we got to talk to a bunch of people. Got to talk to Ruben Vincent. Got to talk to Mavi. Got to talk to you. Got to talk to photographers, DJs. Like
y'all know some lore about Mavi? Mavi's my brother. Like I fuck with Mavi. Like when Mavi was first rapping, like he sent me his vocals to like lay out on a beat. Wow. Like he was recording himself at his like studio at the crib, but like we was tapped in like that, and like it's crazy to even see like where he's taking it. You know, like
for sure.
He like. Bro,
yeah,
like,
he's out of here.
I'm overly proud of Mavi. Just seeing like, you know, coming from that Carolina soil, like that drive is different. You know, like
plus it's like he deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Because he a mad cool dude.
Cool,
like,
and he's himself. You know, like that's why I say we got that common energy. Like we all sitting up here, like we ourselves. Like this shit is an organic vibe. So it's just like good to see people like that win too. You know,
and that's one good thing I do love about this podcast is it's not so not like Breakfast Club, but like not so. Okay, here's 10 questions I got for you, Isaiah. I'm going to ask you these, and then
that's what I'm saying. Like we would have asked you. So like we would have asked you a lot of questions if you weren't so good at telling your story.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you would have, because you know some people aren't that good at like just like explaining things. You know what I'm saying? So like we'd have had to ask more questions, but you kind of just talked your way through it.
Yeah,
so
good,
like,
good talker.
We just gonna listen.
Yeah. I mean, you saying continue. Continue. I mean, you answered all the questions I didn't even get to ask. But yeah, bro, it's. I'm glad you got to come on through, bro. It's dope, and like the vision I have, or like one of the visions I have is like. I want this to be like one of the stops for people's like rollouts, you know, or you know, you in the city, you got a show, like come through for the interview. You know, this is the interview. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I know we'll get there or whatnot, but like even I mean, right now it's just a good stop. Like I done met some dope people, people that still rapping. Some people that's. You know, not that quit, you know, whatever they're doing, but I got to see them go to the next side. I got to see Mavi. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. We called Mavi like early.
The laughing, what's the
Laughing
album
So Hard It Hurts.
Yeah. Like I got to get him on here before that album like dropped,
for sure.
Like, when it dropped. And
same thing with Ruben Vincent. Like we had Ruben Vincent on early. And you know what I'm saying. Now he got the project with Ninth and like You know what I'm saying. So
I just want this to be one of those stops, like you know, and
I mean, y'all doing it.
For sure. It's going great. I mean, 222 episodes in, like that's a lot of discipline. Like you said, some people they can't even hit 3. They can't hit 3. They're not. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to be cool. Just be cool. Don't be fanned out. You know, I can see here, bro. Isaiah, he worked with 300. He didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? I could have been at the work. Man, it's Isaiah. Pull up. Like,
you know.
I was Mavi. What's up? What's going on?
But that'd be the main thing about the pod that we be trying to do is not make it so like formal. Like it kind of like the goal is for it to feel like we sitting here kicking it.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that camera not
it's just a camera on. Yeah,
like,
that's it. I do just have one more question though. I know you done some recent work with Rob 49.
Yeah.
How did that go about?
So, interesting story with Rob. That's crazy. I forgot to even. It's like, bro, so much shit be going on.
No, for
like,
sure.
You almost forget,
For
like,
sure.
bro. And this, bro, I almost had it for a second. Was like, damn, I didn't do enough this year. Not even thinking about all the shit that happened this year because you're so much in that drive mode. But nah, Rob, that's my bro. So he was one of the like first artists I started working with when I got to Interscope, Geffen, and you know, in the beginning, like we weren't necessarily like it was like an overtime thing. Like, you know, we met up the first time. Like we did his first album cover was it was for God 2. So that was like the first project I worked for.
Okay.
He had like this project. He wanted to do this shit with like
What's that, like 2023, right?
Yeah. So he had like these wings. He wanted to do like this crazy like wing setup. So I found like a designer. I get my homie Garrett Bruce from New York. Cause at this point, like, I mean, this is more like recent. So like my network is like, you know, I'm tapped in with like a lot of creatives because, you know, I've been in this space for a while now.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm able to bring these resources through to be like, yo, we gotta take it to this level. We gotta fuck with this photographer. So that was like the first thing we did. Photo shoot came out crazy. It you know, just from there, like those little moments of trust throughout the process. So, you know, we did Mama. That was one of the first videos I did with him. That's a song that he got with Sahhbabii, went crazy in the club. That was like it's a real like cool moment. And then from there, you know, we just built more of a rapport. And I was like within like the last like year and a half or so, like when it comes to creative, we just like that. Like, you know, he got people around him too that are like really creative. Shout out Frankie, Freewater, shout out E-Lab, shout out Tenway Tyler, shout out Reeses, and they all from like New Orleans. And my thing is like sometimes I feel like, you know, people will have that like idea that a label is trying to change an artist when in reality, like, I'm just trying to support what you already got going on. Like, I'm not here to like get in the mix and change shit up. So a lot of what I was doing was on my end was like, okay, these are the people around you. Well, let's link them up with like creatives too to just make this shit still be authentic to you, but also elevate at the same time.
Yeah.
So just off of that approach, and then, you know, just spending time in the studio, moving around, like just built like a respect and trust to where, you know, when we started doing things creatively, like it's working. Like he has an image, he has a brand, and even like the What the Helly moment was crazy because he played that song like probably like a year ago before it even came out, and that was just the one. I'm like, bro, that shit crazy. That What the Helly, like I'm just knowing like he already got that TikTok virality, like that's his niche. So it's like you feed your niche every now and then, it's gonna go. So the idea behind that was like basically like kind of going back, I never want to like change, or I never want like, you know, rappers to feel like, or any artists to feel like, oh, like, you know, the niggas trying to change me, or they trying to change the direction, because that's just what it looks like historically. And I feel like me, like I got that on the ground experience. I got to really experience on the ground really before I even experienced it in the building of the corporate space. So that's like my approach creatively. And, you know, with the Helly, you know, rollout behind that is like I wanted to like, you know, build with him and elevate, but also keep it like raw and true to like, you know, his roots. So, you know, we shot with shout out Oliver Shore, he's a dope director, and we did this video for With the Helly, and we shot a portion of it in Miami. Video is fire, super artistic, high art, just a different vibe for him. But we was just talking about it, and he like, you know, it's just missing like it gotta be me. Like I wanna go there, like I wanna take it to this level, but it still gotta be me. So I'm like, bet. It was like his birthday in Houston, so we shoot another portion of the video in Houston. That's when everybody wearing the With the Helly t-shirts, you know, literally, and that turned into like, that was just supposed to be like small content shoot, turned into a whole music video. I'm like last minute trying to get like a Lamborghini Urus into a random studio on Pier Space, just putting this shit together in real time. But it's like we built that rapport to where like if I bring an idea to him, or he brings an idea to me, he trusts it. Like I'm gonna piece that shit together the right way. So we put it together, song comes out, goes viral, and we just locked in after that. You know, we did the album rollout for Let Me Fly, so that was like his album, you know, brought in, shout out my boy Cones, really dope photographer, creative director. And, you know, we just started really just doing those things that like, I feel like, you know, with any artist, they always have that point to where like, you could tell like, oh nah, this they on, or like they about to really like do something. I feel like working with Rob like this past year, like I got to like experience it in real time from what he was doing like musically, but even when we got to build like creatively, we got to build like an actual world and vibe for that project. And the fact that, you know, the With the Helly moment actually like was going like viral, it was like damn, like inspired to see like, you know, kind of again something you contribute to at that level, you know, be like received by the world in a way. And, you know, we did like, you know, t-shirt designs and Yeah, we got a real cool like rapport, and I'm excited to see like excited for y'all and everybody to see like what's next. It's like it's always good when you get those artists that you could lock in with, because it reminds me like when I was first around YSL, getting to lock in with like Funk and be there, and it's a different capacity now because I can't necessarily be the person that's holding the camera the whole time, but I can build that team around or like help with the vision of what it looks like, and it all like contributes, and I appreciate him and just even like his team for like bringing me in. I shoot film photography as well. That's one thing I didn't even talk about. Just so many different buckets. So
Angel Studios, right?
Yeah. Angel Studios is like my creative portfolio that I always had. So that was like one of those like separate pages that I had when I was like even as an artist. So once I like went more creative, I was like love Angel Studios, but it was like I'm not just gonna make all this shit one. So so I had been shooting film, and Rob just took a liking to like my film photos. So like I ended up going on the Lil Baby tour with a Wham tour over the summer, and we like the project had came out. I'm running around with him, just capturing these moments. He fucks with my photos, he posts them, and during that rollout, the press was Billboard was reaching out, Rolling Stone, Fader, and Rob was fucking with my pictures and ended up getting published in Rolling Stone, Fader.
It's hard.
That is hard.
Double XL. He had like a 4-page story with Double XL.
You had a picture on Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
That's tough.
Yeah, right. Like
it's crazy because it was
dope.
something I was just like, I was like, damn, I can't hold the camera the way I used to, but I could capture these moments that I'm already around.
Right,
and,
right.
He liked the way I was like capturing the shit, and bro trusted it. So shout out bro, because that was like, as a photographer, I was like, wow, like I just became like a published photographer this year, and it like really like inspired me, because I also did a gallery back in October at the Gantt Center called Egoless, and essentially it was like a gallery installation, but a lot of that was inspired by this year as being a photographer, because like I have all these unique moments, but I'm almost so egoless and so humble to where like I forget that like you got to show this to people, you have to show the experience. So I kind of go into that. But I do the gallery with the Sahhbabii Gantt Center. Shout out Ryan, she helped me put everything together and curated it. And it was a really, really dope experience, because I feel like there's also this bridge that needs to be connected with creatives in the museum network in Charlotte, because I think that's like a real hub. And if you're in Charlotte and you're listening, there's this studio space in the Sahhbabii Gantt Center called the Mecca Digital Arts. Free space. You can literally book it out and do
that's what I was telling you,
whatever you want in it. Like I think it would be fire if y'all did like a live podcasting, and they got cameras and like any creative equipment you think, they have it in there. So I worked with them, and I built out an installation in there. We literally pulled all the equipment out of there. I like had the studio lit. I brought in like this big ass like JBL like movie theater speaker, did like projected visuals on the wall, because I just wanted to create an experience for like that kid who like is interested, like the 16-year-old version of myself who was like on the blogs, but like, you in a museum on a school trip and you see like a photo of like Young Thug on the wall. You're like, what the fuck? Like how, you know? So the fact that even that was able to happen this year, like it kind of all, just kind of like that full circle moment of like, putting this shit in front of people and just showing them like creative careers is real, and just being myself. And like, I didn't like overly calculate any step. I just like worked hard and like
you did the work,
grinded. And that's that like all goes like hand in hand. But major shout out to like Rob for real, because he trusts the vision, and I think we're gonna do some really, really cool things. So
currently you're still with Geffen Records? Okay.
Yeah. Right, so it's like Interscope, Geffen, it's all the same now.
Gotcha.
It's like one house. So I'm working with like
that's what I was getting ready to ask you. So right now, who's your favorite, like who's one or some of your favorite up and coming artists that you're getting to work with?
I like Netspin a lot. I'm working with Netspin. He got that energy of like what it felt like in like 2016.
Yeah.
Like, he just like turned kid. He's from Richmond, Virginia. So like he kind of got, Virginia's like a northern version of the South. So it's like, I feel like we kind of like, I could catch the vibe off of that. But I like Netspin a lot. I don't work with this artist, but I like Until Japan. I think creatively, like he's going. Have you heard hip to him?
Yeah.
I think creatively, like he's gonna do like a lot this next year, just like sonically. I'm really like into that. Like I think there's like a lot of like artists who like, you know, obviously can like make a good song or like kind of part of a wave, but I like the ones that are like kind of like the off center, like the ones that like everybody talking shit about or like don't see it yet.
Right.
Like that's what I'm like really gravitating to. But
yeah, because every time like you have artists like that, when the world does see it, it just goes.
It's over with.
Yeah.
It's over with. Like people used to say Travis Scott was ass. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
And now you see the world that he's built. It's like Travis Scott is like the GOAT when you think about the whole world that he's built around his music, you know. But who else? I mean that's what I say. Like I really want to see. I'm really excited for everybody to see what like Net does, for sure.
Word.
Damn.
It's a lot.
Right. Like,
You
damn.
done a lot, bro.
Dude, he done a lot. Yeah, you've had that's like the best like post-COVID like
Yeah, post-COVID run
story
is crazy.
ever. Yeah, the run was just crazy.
Man.
Damn. I don't know if I even have any more questions, bro. I mean, like, I've always wanted to hear your story. Like, you know, I just get to like just watch what you post online. I'm like, damn, like it look like he really like in there. Like, he's really in there, and I mean, I'm inspired. Like, I'm definitely inspired. That made me just over here. I'm just thinking. Like, I'm just thinking.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy story.
But I mean, and congratulations, dog. Like you are definitely someone that we can all see. Like you're out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're out there doing it. You putting the boots to the ground. You're doing the work. You know, that some people are doing. Some people they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Damn. But shoot. So for 2026, like what's one of the biggest things that you're just looking forward to for your career and in general?
I would say the biggest thing, like, it's almost not even career, but life-wise, just being more present, you know? Like, I feel like when you so caught up in the grind or just even being a creator.
You don't appreciate where you at.
Yeah, you know, like, you kind of lose sight of, like, everything that's going on along the way. But I really just work on that, just being more present and just doing more, like, surrounding, like, ego lists. So that was, like, the gallery I did. I want to... Got some things planned.
So that's your merch?
Yeah, I was about to say dope hoodie too. Yeah,
appreciate
dope hoodie too.
Yeah, this is like little 101 simple vibe. I'm gonna be putting some pieces out, but
let us know.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
I got you. I'm gonna send a pack through, man.
Sure.
I'm maybe go last minute podcast collab.
There we go. There we go. Let's get it going.
I just got a crazy idea. We're gonna talk about it after the podcast.
Okay, word. Okay, we can do that.
But yeah, like I think that's what I want to do. Like I feel like my outside of everything I'm doing, like creative direction wise at the label, like I challenge myself to do like, you know, my gallery project alongside of it, because that's essentially, it's a lot just even with the one job. So my first couple years in LA, I wasn't even able to do anything outside of my job, and that was kind of like, you know, like I loved it, but it's like, damn, I want to do stuff for myself.
I still want to do
well.
stuff for myself.
So being able to do that this year was a big thing. So I feel like
it's dope that you came back to Charlotte and did it too.
Yeah.
Instead of like doing it like
I could have did LA, Atlanta, New York. I was like, nah, you gotta come home. You gotta
that's
build
dope.
home. That's another big goal, is just like tapping into Charlotte more. Like I want to start pulling up to these underground shows. Like y'all know about Pretty Fun? I didn't even know he was from Charlotte. I'm like, oh shit, like it's no reason why we ain't linked up yet.
No,
you know?
facts.
So,
right.
But I want to just like do more in Charlotte, like community based, creative based. That's really just one of my like biggest goals, just pouring back into Charlotte and just learning, because like even the experience like this conversation we having now, like just soaking up game. Like I'm inspired by y'all too, like I said. So it's like I want to do more of that, just tapping back into Charlotte and bringing that like energy back, because I remember what it felt like at like the peak of the underground scene. Right. So it's like I want to like help like, you know, cultivate that. You know, it's a lot of like bigger idea plays too that like, you know, I don't want to speak on yet, but like, you know, definitely gonna like be doing like more in Charlotte for sure.
Damn.
What about y'all? What y'all got lined up?
Just making music, bro.
For sure.
Trying to get these artists off the ground.
For sure.
Yeah, bro. Definitely wanna get back into that, like just that pocket. Like I'm in a pocket, but let's go even lower. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know I can, but it's just been such a busy year just with life in general where I ain't really get to go into that pocket, but I'm in a good space. I can go into that pocket. And just hearing this conversation is like, Yeah, like I can get into that pocket, like for real. Like let's hit that green button.
You still be skating?
Oh yeah, always,
Okay.
always.
I gotta check out the shit. The Mint got black sheep.
Yeah, I haven't got to go yet. Yeah, I still want to go to that.
Shit's fire.
Yeah, bro. And just making sure I just do projects and doing things I want to do. I can really get lost into the work and making sure everybody got their work done and doing that. Where I'm like, dang, I ain't even got to ride my bike in 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Just something simple as that. But I just want to make sure I can keep my younger self happy as well. And I'm still doing those things that keep me just in that normal routine that I always enjoyed in those hobbies. So just looking forward to that. I mean, and just a clean slate. I mean, new year, you know what I'm saying? And just getting those goals knocked out. I mean, you got 12 months, you know, what can this canvas look like by the time this year comes, by the time this year comes next year. So I'll just say that, and then just making sure things bigger, better type thing.
I like what you said about being present too, because I fall into that shit a lot. Like just like
really
being
easy.
so focused on the grind, you don't even be worried about it.
Yeah, it's real easy. It can just be as simple as just spending more family time. You know, I'm like, dang, like I didn't even know you had that going on, and you my sister. Like, dang, I wouldn't even known. Exactly. I'm so tapped into these other 8 artists, making sure their rollout is going fire and all that. So, but next year should definitely be dope. And but this year was great. Great success. 2025 was definitely a good year for the creative.
For sure.
1,000.
Yeah,
for sure.
A good year for the creative and
first viral artist this year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Also, check out this artist Savvy Mulatto.
Yeah. Savvy Mulatto.
Savvy Mulatto. He's on Tanner's label, but from here, he's out in Miami now. He works with this producer, Produce with Flavor. Yeah. Definitely check him out. He had a good viral
he had a good
moment
year.
Called Three Cellies.
Super good year.
He just dropped the project. Like me knowing what type of music you used to make and stuff, you would appreciate this artist.
Yeah, I'm definitely about to tap in.
Like definitely check him out.
Cause I want to just get more hip to like the Charlotte underground scene. Cause I don't believe there's like no scene or it's not what it was. Like I feel like there's gonna be like a reemerging.
Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, there's definitely just in music. There's just like a new underground. Yeah. I know here like there's got to be a wave of just new teens and stuff that's just making a crazy sound that we haven't even got to hear yet. And whenever
I'm trying to find them, so if you find them, send them to
same. Me. Yeah, whenever that moment happens where they're throwing their shows, they're doing all this. I just want to make sure I'm in that loop. Right. You know.
And then just having the resources. Cause I remember like we was doing shit, but we just didn't have the resources. Like you said, we didn't have no OGs. Like we not old,
we rented speakers from the Guitar Center.
You know what I'm saying? Like. And it's like that's how it feels like now we kind of got to step up and be that. Like we still like we're not old, but like we're not super young either. So now we got to be you know them OGs to like to the young. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like I would love to. You know if you 16
and we have the resources now.
Yeah, you in high school and y'all trying to throw a show. You know we can tell you kind of okay, this how this should go. You know what I'm saying?
Do this so this don't get shut down. Or don't go to this venue because you know the people that's about to come is about to fuck this shit up.
Exactly. Yes. Like let us give you the game. We done did all that. You know when we have the mics, we have the speakers, we got the DJ. You need a photographer. We got all that.
We got the studio. Like,
Like we can kind of make this really easy for y'all. Where us, we had to really go through trial and error.
We built this shit from nothing.
No, for real. But. Not to hold you because we had 2 hours, but
word,
yapping,
right? We had 2 hours, but man, it was worth it, bro. Just hearing your story, and again, we appreciate you coming through, dog. Like this was a needed conversation, and I hope I ain't gonna say I hope I know this will definitely inspire a lot of people around this area, and just on a bigger aspect of knowing you, and your brand and everything you got going on. So. We appreciate you for coming through for sure. You welcome back anytime, dog. Yeah, you welcome back anytime.
Next time you're in Charlotte, let us know.
No, for sure. Yeah, next time you're in Charlotte.
Do it in LA. Fuck it. Bring the setup out there.
Hey, let's do it.
Shit,
all right, let's do it. That ain't nothing but a flight.
Going into 2027, we're gonna run it back in LA.
There we go. Let's do it because who knows where this could take us, But no, we appreciate you, dog. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you wanted to
bro, I really just felt like this is such an organic conversation.
No,
like
sure.
we just like
honestly,
I felt like we talked about it. We talked about everything. Man.
Right.
I just feel like, bro, like just don't lose sight of like the path and don't feel like, you know, you're running away from something or block yourself from your next goal or step because you're hyper fixated on this. Like,
no facts.
I look back at everything, like, you know, I'm always going to be in music. I'm always going to be creating in that space. But I know that, like, by me, like, transitioning, pouring into my creative bucket, like, it just shows.
Do you still make music?
Yeah, we always cooking up. Bro. Like I said, I was just in the studio with my bros. Like, bro, we be cooking up every day till 5 a.m. just like making beats, and just like from the art perspective of like,
just for the fun, like just
you know?
to
and it's like that.
Yeah.
That's the cool
when it's
part
fun,
of it.
bro. That's when it's fun.
Yeah, so I mean, even with that, I mean, will I put out music? I don't know, but like maybe it's packaged in a different way. You know, maybe it's like, you know. Like I said, like, you know, doing a lot of stuff with Egoless. So, like, you know, we talked about doing, like, instrumental projects and kind of bringing that back of, like,
doing beat doing beat tapes and shit.
Right,
exactly.
Right. Prolific was talking about that.
Yeah, Pro was talking about doing beat tapes.
Yeah, let's try.
Remember, like, beat tapes drop on Dat Piff?
Yep.
And, like, that's how Trinidad James all go to everything. It was on a beat tape on Dat Piff. He made a song on it and shit went crazy.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
But, nah, shout out, bro.
Nah, for sure. But nah, like I said, we appreciate you, dog. Yeah. We do have one thing that we do on here. It's called Last Minute Questions.
Okay.
So for 60 seconds, me and Tanner are going to ask you very random questions at a very...
rapid pace.
Yes. Very fast pace. These are just questions from the top of my head.
Yeah, and they're going to be random because I ain't got none loaded.
Yeah, like really the first thing that just comes out of my mouth. Right. But, yeah, okay. All right, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Favorite basketball player?
I don't have one.
Okay.
Dream artist to work with?
Yay.
What's one of your favorite colors?
Red.
Dream car?
G-Wagon or yours iridescent colorway?
One of your favorite album covers?
Watch the Throne.
One of your favorite project from this year?
I Am Music.
What's one of the best concerts you've been to?
NBA Youngboy.
Word.
Valid.
Okay, wait.
Oh God.
Life of Pablo, because it was the tour right before he crashed out. That was like the floating stage.
Okay.
But this year, NBA Youngboy.
Yeah, Youngboy.
Yeah, we both went.
Crazy.
Yeah, valid.
That shit was insane.
That was insane.
Dream place to live?
Miami.
If you could do a shoe collab, what brand would it be with?
Nike. I don't know. I feel like that's like.
Yeah, it's like that.
That's the one.
But I mean, that's an answer.
Damn, I'm out.
You out?
I'm out.
Okay. No, give me one more.
All right, you ask yours. I'll think of one.
Okay. What's one thing that you wish that you could take to LA from the Carolinas?
Bojangles.
Solid.
What's your Bojangles order?
There we go.
Supreme combo.
Okay.
You know?
What sauce?
Right. Honey mustard.
For sure.
All right. Okay. We just making sure.
Sauce. Barbecue sauce is like, okay, you just want another sauce. Like.
But what drink?
Lemonade.
Okay.
I can get behind that.
Okay. Just making sure he's saying the right thing.
Yeah. He really from the Carolinas.
No, for real. Yeah. You can't ask him like, oh, ranch.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, bro. If you ask somebody that's not from the Carolinas what they get at Bojangles, they gonna tell you some bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be weird. Nothing like that egg biscuit. Like, whoa, that's crazy.
I really like the Cajun filet sandwich, bro. Get your ass off.
Extra tomato.
Hey, but respect to the bow rounds though.
Hey,
respect to the bow rounds for sure.
Bow rounds is fine.
No, definitely.
Hey, Bojangles. Let's do a collab.
There
bro.
we go.
Let's do a collab.
For real.
Bro.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be
Bojangles
crazy.
Collab.
To do a collab with Bojangles will be like you're him.
Yeah,
you're him
that's
for real.
Charlotte legend.
Bojangles out of everybody, that'd be crazy. But last minute questions with Isaiah. Yeah, man, that's about it. That's about it.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for
like
reaching out. Thank you for coming.
Man.
Thank you for having a great conversation, and we definitely can't wait to see what 2026 brings you and all that. Same, bro. All minds and hearts clear.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Hey man, Isaiah, you can follow Isaiah at
Isaiah. I love you on everything.
You can follow Tanner at Pay Records. You can follow me at Zebo.g, the Zebo page, Zebo NC, the podcast page, Last Minute Podcast. Make sure you tune into our TikTok where we post clips from every episode. We engage in the comments and everything, so make sure you are following us, talking with us. Shout out to our sponsors, Mama C, the food truck, Inline Base, Mobile Bar, get your tacos, get your drinks. And wherever you are, as long as the music is good, make sure you're supporting your local music scene, run the music videos, run the albums, go to the shows, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, last words.
Let me get a Zebo G sticker.
Zebo G going crazy.
Y'all got a last minute podcast sticker?
Nah.
We don't. Not yet.
All right.
Egoless.
For sure.
We out.
But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Oh, Zebo TV, North Carolina. Yeah.